Fact.
Hello, hello. I'm just going to mute them because they're still talking away and obviously they're talking stuff, but I'm going to say hello and welcome. We start again, a new book. Book 4, I think we're on there, aren't we? Book 4, History of Ashes. They're just talking background plot, so we'll just let them muse amongst themselves and then we'll get going.
And if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Stop shaving, you don't have a beard.
That is so awesome, mate. Anyway. Okie dokie. So, yeah, here we go. We're about to start book 4.
So we're going to talk to the tribesmen and learn their weirding ways.
Yes, so when the adventure starts, and I suppose I ought to start it now. Which one's that? That's the Escape from Korvosa. So what I need to do is I need to open that, and I need to drag down. Oh,
you use adventure cards before the game?
Not yet. I've been sorting lots of other things out. Reset. Benny's reset adventure cards. There we go. Now we can start the adventure. The road north. Hopefully.
Mr. GM?
Yes?
Can I have a new card, please?
Did that work?
I did.
That's good, isn't it? Right. So yes, as we rejoin our party, your accompanying Veng Carlo, Orsini, and Diolandus Kalpopus, as you flee from the city of Korvosa. I think they're fleeing. You're just escorting them. Up to Haas, alone. Up to Haas alone, while they will. Up to Haas alone, will they remain in Korvosa? No, that's ridiculous. I was misreading it there. So yes. So you're all heading up there, and obviously you got Vendra as well. So it's quite. So as I say, it was quite a hurried escapade, escape from the city with them. So I'm getting distracted by some weird background noise. Could shut up. Yep, I thought it was. Someone's fiddling in the background. It's that duck, isn't it? He's fiddling.
Didn't know you could play.
So yes, obviously you managed to get to have a brief chat with Cressida Croft before you left, and she I've just noticed the first thing. I've noticed my first thing to fix, and where's my notebook gone? Oh no! I forgot you book.
Messenger.
I hate that duck.
I've lost my notebook. I keep track of all my notes, and then I need to keep track of what I need, and I've lost it. Ooh, I found a bug. Okay, I'm going to have to resort to digital and then close it accidentally later. Okay, so yeah, so sorry. She gives you.
Careful.
It would be, wouldn't it? It would be an item that doesn't exist. What fun! I say, when it says an item that doesn't exist, it would be an item that is unique to this adventure. Huzzah! Right, wand of mind linked. So then I need to go to so now to make a wand. So I have to go to.
I'm sure they'll find it in the same place that they find bonuses for staff members. It's non-existent too, right?
Yep.
Put that there and go back to items. Just quickly remind myself how I make wands. I can't remember what I do when I make a wand. Not going to worry about giving it all the descriptions and all that. Yes, okie dokie. Here we go. So if I just click all of that and go bang and go like that, and then I can then change that down to level 1. Change that to say mind link. I'll change that to say.
It's just great
mind.
Stick an arcane doodah and that's it. Arcane device.
Arcane doodah.
Yes,
doohickeys and doodahs next.
It's an arcane device.
Mind, which I then have to Old copy. Okay, so Mind Link is a novice spell. Only costs 25 to cast, so that's 25 gold pieces a charge. 5 would be what's 25 times 25? I can't.
5
With
times
something?
25.
25 times 20.
25 times 25
Oh, right.
times 25 is 625.
25.
Okay, so 600, that seems a bit cheap, a bit when it's new. Then we double that by 2, divide it by 25, and times that by, did they say 11? 11, that's a funny amount. That's a funny amount. 550 gold pieces, there we go. It's a
So it's definitely
magical
a one. Now we're
wand.
just trying to decide what core
Wands.
it's got and what wood it's got.
Mm.
Indeed. Okay, so it's got, right, that's that dealt with, and therefore it's got 10 charges. So that would actually make it 500 gold pieces. Put 10 in there, put 1 in there, lock it off, drop that in the party sheet, and we have a magic wand. Well, there we go.
No,
Oh.
you can't say 500 gold pieces. You've got to say 600, and we'll say, nah, 450 is the highest I can do. You know, you've got to haggle.
Sure. I just need to change it slightly.
And it's got a core
With-
infernal duckwing.
With long distance modifier, which modify all the costs just to be fun. What fun! Long distance modifier means it actually costs 100 gold pieces a charge, which means it would cost 2,500 gold pieces for 25 charges. Therefore, if it's got 10 charges left, it would be 10 for 2,000 gold pieces. That's better. There we go. Wand of Mind Link with distance. There you go. So Cressida gives you a what magic wand, which I've just added to the party sheet.
We all know that Sassafras is going to grab that.
So basically, it will allow you to stay in contact with her. She obviously has access to some spell casting allies. Bishop de Bear of the Church of Pharasma will obviously be able to cast long distance mind link if she needs to contact you. So that's the item she gave you. I need to add that to my notes. Oh, joy. Actually, what I should do is create notes as I'm
this is
going along.
a pretty one. Look, it's green.
It's green? It's not made of purest green, is it?
Purest green. It is with items such as this, I tend to win back your fortune. Why can't I see notes?
Because you can't read sheet music.
Because it's under player, that's why.
I can't answer any question sensibly, I don't think.
Okie
Give
dokie.
one of
Right.
those days.
Okay. Bugs. 6. Missing wand. Mind link. Right, there we go. I'll just keep my notes as I go along. Okie dokie. Sorry about that.
Ta-da.
Ignore me. I'll click the wrong thing there. So, you are heading on the road north. If we bring up the map that I've just managed to hide, assuming you take the most direct route, obviously you'd have to go a bit round the water, but it's if you're zooming, you can see it's 72 miles as the crow flies from Korvosa to Haas. So that journey will be will be quite uneventful. 72 miles by wagon. How many days is that? I should have worked that out. Because I know it's 24 miles a day by foot, and I know it's 30 miles a day by horse, but I'm sure a wagon's not necessarily. Travel. Part 1 is 30 miles. Yeah, 30 miles a day. So it's going to take you a couple of days. So the first day is relatively uneventful. It's going to take you to about 2.5 days, realistically speaking. On the second day, however, Justice, you're the holder of the Harrow deck, are you not?
I am. Is it vibrating in my pocket?
You're suddenly realising that you should possibly get the cards out, the card deck out.
See, well, I'll be riding on. I'm echoing. I think I must be coming through Kay's headset as well.
Sorry. I'll go push to talk again.
I'll be riding on Aramis most likely, so I will ride over next to the cart and suggest that we stop because Lara wants to do us a reading.
Well, you can do it in the back of the car. Well, yeah, no, you probably can't actually. Yeah, point taken. Well, you can hop into the cart and your horse will follow alongside, is what I'm thinking.
Probably will, yes.
Nope, can't find the bugger. I never have enough time in the day to do all my prep work. It's very frustrating. I need to remind myself.
Be quiet, Gastus. There's plenty of room in the back of the cart. Here, let me take. Whoa! What do you do? Ah! Gastus will jump off his horse and into the back of the cart.
Right. It should be pointed out that Van Carlo and Neolandus do hear everything, although they don't seem to be that surprised that you would have contacts with some sort of supernatural allies. It's obviously said something about what they expect from hero types. But anyway, as you can, yet again, a shadowy figure appears in front. So hang on, let's see. When you will get going, I'm going to flow those bennies. Let there be gaslighting, let there be drama, let there be combat, and at the appropriate time, let the bennies flow. So that'll make that 2 lots of bennies straight off the bat.
Hooray!
Yes, a ghostly form rises up out of the cards. As Gastus, you feel compelled to deal out a deck of 9 cards.
Then I shall start dealing.
Gaslighting? We use electricity around here.
Why is she not talking? Don't tell me she's broken, because it doesn't tell me what she says.
There's just kind of a faint bonging noise.
Oh, there we go.
Heroes, avengers, and protectors of Korvosa. Again you tread towards your fate, and the cards call to warn and advise. Darkness swallows the city, and I see figures fleeing it, away to the Cinderlands. But they stride not away from, but towards danger. I see fire and fangs, lightning from the sky, and crimson at every turn. But wait, it is the crimson of the dawn. The sun rises, and its light shines back to Korvosa, burning away at the darkness. Oh, what could this mean? Let us listen to the cards and learn.
Is it as strange for everybody else as it is for me when she uses my mouth to do that?
Oh,
Right.
yes.
So her history of ashes is... Is this always so? Right. The Harrow, defining with a history of ashes is fine. But why is it not telling me what deck to use? The Chosen, the deck. Each chapter will choose the Chosen. Each chapter choose 1 card from the choosing of special significance. Card was selected by the hero and choosing active some other character chosen. Okay. Who's got a front door activated? Right, history. Somebody's at the front door. Strength. Okay. History of ashes. Okay, let's go back to the cards again. Sorry. There's what I was looking for. No. Right, no, that's different. This is getting on my nerves. What's the next strength one? Okay, yeah. Okay, so it is strength today, which would be the hammer.
Hammers, isn't it, for strength? Yeah.
It is. Okay, so let me reshare the deck. So harrowing without a deck, divining with a harrow deck. Check 1. Shuffle the 9 cards for the choosing, and then have the players randomly select one of the 9 cards. So I need to make notes of my choosing. Open up my choosing again. Here we go. Go for it. You have 9 cards for selecting for the choosing.
I can't open the Harrow deck deluxe.
You
It
shouldn't
doesn't
need
to
to.
be there.
Well,
No,
I don't think you need to. I don't think I'd shared it with you guys.
I've previously been saving each one I've had so that I can
Oh,
look at what
good
the meaning
point.
of my own card is.
I tell you what, it looks like it would appear that I don't have it loaded. Try now.
Ah.
We're supposed to all choose a card again.
Yeah.
Well,
Go for it.
Gastus will pick last. So we just click on one, yes?
You just pick a card. It'll tell me who's picked what. Okay. Sassafras has opened the keep, which means I need to go and open up a. I can go back to harrowing with a divining with a. Okay, the keep. Okay.
Well, since Lone Wolf's gone AFK and you.
That was probably
do
him
not
at the
pick
front door.
Ah,
Okay,
Sorry, I've
that's
got the big sky.
the big sky. Okie dokie, the big sky. Oh, nice. Very nice.
well, I shall pick the Cyclone then.
That's a heck of a nose on that card, isn't it?
Are we drawing for Aki and Vorka as well?
Yeah, I'll do that myself in a sec. I'm just filling up that. And then Tavis has opened the Cyclone. She's Gastus. A Cyclone. Okay. Fine. Thaddeus isn't here at the moment, so right, let's do Vorka. I'm going to give Vorka the Paladin.
That should have been mine.
Actually, that could be a fairly limited one. I can copy the rest of that out later. Actually, I can't. I've just realised I don't need to copy it. I've learned a new way to cheat. If I go into campaigns and story, and then you go to uncategorize, then you drag the entire reference manual entry into the book, and then when you open it up again, it's unlockable. Ha! That's so much easier. Okay, so that becomes that. Okay, and then because actually the Paladin, I could argue, knowing you lot, that's probably a very limited usefulness, I'm afraid to say. Okie dokie. We'll give Aki the beating. Interesting. So, okay. Thaddeus back yet? He doesn't appear to be. He's opened one.
Fiend.
He opened the Fiend. Oh, that's worrying. That must be in the bit of the book I have. The only bit of the book I haven't read yet. Reread yet because I don't recognise. Don't recognise that entry. Oh.
Well, trust me to duck it up.
The devil swallowing innocence.
Now, I have to admit, actually, there are some very, very interesting, bits in this adventure that really, I'm not sure. I think apparently, I think one of them really doesn't make any sense at all. Is probably down to the fact that when they rewrote this adventure, obviously in D20 days, apparently it got, like Rise of the Rune Lords, it got a sort of a rewrite, and they changed some bits of it, but not all of the text actually got correctly updated, because there's one bit that just doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, once you've and there's a whole nother bit which is like, well, they just feels like they shoehorned in something just to sort of pad out the book. But anyway, but that's me because I haven't read that bit yet. And once you've recorded all the choosings, replace the cards in the deck. Okay. Step 2, the spread. Now we deal out the 9 cards. Draw the 9 cards and place them down in a 3x3 square. Okay. Column left is the past, the present, and the future. So now I think I just turn them over now, don't I? I don't think you guys have to worry about this.
You turn over all of these, and if any hammers come up, we get a conviction for every hammer that comes up, and if any of them are our one, we get an extra one.
Indeed. Right. Yes. This is where you just get even more conviction.
And we all get one for the choosing anyway.
Okay. Yes, you always get one, don't you? Minimum.
Yep.
If you don't get any other ones, you still get one, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Cards representing the present should be metaphors for how you fair. Cards representing the future, which is fine. I just can't remember what cards. Oh, there we are. Cards that represent the past. Okay, the positive past. We get the unicorn, eh? Okay. Positive past. Well, cards that represent the past. Place. In fact, cards that come out presenting the past. Okay. So, basically, the lands that the Korvosa are built upon are very much, originally Shoanti lands, and the Varisia, the Chilexians actually, weren't they back then? Forced them out. However, those that are local to Korvosa are proud of the heritage and the fact that they have withstood against the multiple assaults of the Shoanti tribes over the years. You should be proud of the history of the city of Korvosa. The twins, eh? The unclear past. It is obviously not. It's not clear exactly when or how, why the Shoanti fought so hard to defend what became the site of Korvosa. In other cases, fights against them, they backed off much more easily, but for some reason they fought very hard to hold on for the land that Korvosa is built upon, even when any tactical battle could have been, tactically it was unsound to continue to fight. Many just fought for reasons even to this day is unclear. And obviously the eclipse, it's about self-doubt and loss of purpose and all that. Well, the problem you have now is, after many years, the fact is that, there's always, in some ways, some people have always been, there's been a dark undertone, something evil possibly lurking in the city of Korvosa, and obviously many a time people, dark powers and things seem to focus upon the city, but in every case you've overcome them. So none of those are hammers, are they? It's 2 crowns and a star, I'd say, yes. So the positive present is the mute hag. Okay, well, she is again a star. Well, the positive present, it should be taken that even against all the machinations of the Queen and the physicians and the Red Mantis assassins, you have been and the Rakshasa, you have managed to free Neolandus and Vencarlo and safely get them out of the city. It bodes well for your futures. There. Ah! A hammer! You will get a conviction. That's going to get very noisy.
Specific, but yeah.
Do we get the one just for turning the card yet? Because I didn't.
You get a minimum of 1 conviction. So if you get one any other way, that you don't get, you're fine. What I do need to do, however, is open up Aki and give him a point of conviction. Open up Vorka and give him a point of conviction. There we go. What was the bear? The unclear present. Well, obviously, what lies ahead is uncertain. You have to ally yourselves with a traditional enemy of Korvosa. For only then can you find out the information you require. Good stuff, eh? That's a book. A negative present. Indeed. Yes, the negative present is obviously obviously at the same time the pressures upon you for achieving this task are quite daunting, really. From what you've seen of Queen Iliosa, I mean, it bodes badly. And also, it's also like in every aspect of her plan so far does seem to be involve sacrificing large numbers of the city's population. You fear that if her plans come to fruition, more lives may be lost. Positive future, that looks like a key to me. Demon's Lantern. Positive future. It should be taken, however, that historically you as a group have proved very successful. Oh, hello, Tuesday, the Savage Crew. I must declare Benny's full, says Tango. And Bewildered Badger as well. God, look at all these Bennies you're getting. Yay! Where was I? Oh, yes, as a group you have been very successful in the past in getting groups together, and likewise it should be taken that you already have potentially one ally in the Shoanti camp, for you have already done a service for 1,000 bones, so all may not be.
Found the body of his grandson, didn't we?
The Paladin!
Hey!
So that's 2 for Vorka.
Yep.
The unclear future. Your future in the Cinderlands seems unsure, uncertain. It is a land of hardships and danger, and in fact, it would appear that creatures of vast size and danger will have to be confronted.
Creatures of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
Sure they do. They live in Castleton.
There also seems to be something. There also seems to be. There's also some uncertainty in your future that that seems to require at least one of you to be born again. And the final one, the negative future. Indeed. There will be. I think best way to phrase it. There will be opponents to face, both justified and everybody dies. There will be pitfalls. There will be pitfalls and opponents. Those that mean you harm, and those that may just distrust you because of your outsider nature. Indeed, also, there is much danger in a place of darkness where a creature of immense power lies. So there you go. So that's your conviction done. Only one of you got a card. That's quite unfortunate. I've got your notes, so that's all good. So we can close off the harrowing deck. We don't need that anymore. And we can continue.
But Ma's imprisoned and father is dead.
Around lunchtime on the third day. You arrive in the town of Haas.
We've been here before, haven't we?
You have indeed. Did I close the map?
We brought Trinia Sabor here. I wonder if she's around. We'll be looking out for the lovely Trinia Sabor.
Are the roads kept well around here?
I was just about to get my notes up on that. Hang on. I managed to lose big map. Overland map. That's the one. Haas. Haas. It's a village located on a strip of land where the Sarin River empties into the Falcon River. The village consists of just a few. It's only a village. I got myself muddled up later on. Consists of just a few dozen buildings, including a church dedicated to Aristil, 2 general stores, 2 taverns, the Spotted Pony and the somewhat dingier Nagbag, a large inn, Rancher's Retreat, which is of course where you'll be stepping off first, and a ferry service. It's also a magic shop apparently, because I created one. So there's obviously a time. There's going to be a short. Basically, there's time to have a rest and freshen up in Haas. Although it's indicated that it's only a short ride along the Sarin River to their final destination of less than 5 minutes. But if you want to take some time in the town of Haas, Ben Carlo and a CD, well, actually, you can always come back another day thinking about it. So, in fact, they're going to suggest you ride on thinking about it, because you can always come back another day. Because if you're only 5 minutes away, you can come back to town anytime. A short 5-minute ride north from Haas along the Sarwin River, a moderately sized horse ranch sits comfortably on a cleft of 2 low hills topped with small copse of fir trees. This, you understand, is Blackbird Ranch, owned by a barrel-chested man named Jason Adriel. I have a picture of him. Aren't you lucky people? There you go. And as you get closer, Ven Carlos explained that he lives here with his wife, 3 sons and 2 daughters. Actually, Gassius, you can make a common knowledge check.
I can. Okay, I shall make a common knowledge check.
You recognise the name Jason Adriel. You know that he is one of the members of the adventuring party that made a small fortune exploring the Stovall Rise and the Mindspint Mountains. The adventuring party was known as the Blackbirds, and the only other member of the Blackbirds that you've ever met is Vencarlo Orsini.
I see. A former companion of yours, Maestro, I believe.
He nods. He also then looks a bit sad as he says, alas, the only surviving companion. He doesn't say much more than that, because it doesn't tell me whether that's a case of the only 2 survived adventuring, or the others have passed away since. It doesn't say. But Jason and Vencarlo remain good friends, he explains, periodically exchanging correspondence using a code they developed in their adventuring days. First, it started out more as a novelty than any real desire to obscure their connection, but over the years, they found it very useful. In fact, it would appear that is obviously why you've come here, because it's obviously been that secure messages have been passed.
Oh, Thaddeus, can you give me back an adventure card? I dropped you one that's of no use to me, but possibly of great use to you.
When I forget to actually sit down and retest all the sound effects before I start. I'm going to assume welcome's a better one first. Let's try welcome.
And here they are at last. Vencarlo, so good to see you, hale and hearty. And good day to your friends as well. Come, come. It's not getting any warmer outside. Come in. Dinner's almost ready.
Dinner? They must have miscalculated. I must have miscalculated how long it takes you to get up here.
So, Vencarlo, what was so dire in Korvosa that you ended up on my stoop?
Oh, nothing really. Just my friend here needed to spend some time away from the hustle and bustle.
I've done something there, haven't I? I pressed something and it's got rid of the one shot. I did something. I don't know what I did. It doesn't matter. We'll worry about it later, because we'll need that later. So, yes, it's a very interesting match, and obviously it's playing some very weird sound effects. It's definitely not doing what I'm telling it to do, so we'll ignore all that crap. Sorry. I must have got some shortcuts set up for something. Anyway, yes, as I say, basically as you arrive, as you look around, you can see obviously Jason greets all of you as if you were long lost family members. You also notice that along with the people he introduces, his wife, sons, and daughters, you can also see that Trinia Sayboy is present as well.
Gastus will act like a love-struck 12-year-old.
Love stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, shutting up.
Charming to see you again, Mistress Sabor. You're looking very well. And then
Really weird. It's really weird because they're deafening me, so I've probably muted them down because for some reason they're playing very loud for me today.
Guess Studios has a crush.
Let's put the audience mix up a bit then. Right. Yes, indeed. So he basically, yes, you invites everyone to dinner, which he leads you into the basement so you can talk frankly without worrying. After which he leads you into the basement so you can talk frankly without worrying his family. So he obviously keeps secrets from them. So.
Well, Gastus over dinner will try and make small talk with Trinia Sabor.
Yeah.
And she's an artist, so he'll talk about the artist that we rescued and how Gastus thinks what he saw of her art is so much better.
Seems reasonable. Well, as I say, it's a very pleasant dinner, but then obviously once you get up, the intro which I played earlier is now obviously played here. So let's try it now.
So, Vencarlo, what was so dire in Korvosa that you ended up on my stoop?
Oh, nothing really. Just my friend here needed to spend some time away from the hustle and bustle of city life. May I introduce Neolandus Calapopolis?
Well, my home isn't exactly where you'd expect to find the Seneschal of Korvosa. But I wager that's the point, eh?
Now then, we must plot out our next step, and quickly. Neolandus, tell us what you have learned regarding this Kazavon situation.
You guys say anything before I play what's going to be a fair bit of explanation. Yes, exposition. But yeah, okay. I will share. I will actually add something to your journals. I think that, but hopefully that button works. But obviously, I'm going to give you the lovely acted bit, which means I can go away for a couple of minutes.
Here's everything I know. After the Queen sent Red Mantis assassins after me when I confronted her regarding the King's death, I spent some time laying low with my friend Salvatore. During that period, before I ended up in the Arcona dungeon, I spent much of my time trying to piece together just what had turned Iliosa from a petulant queen to a scheming tyrant. I knew she had been, borrowing the treasury key to look through Korvosa's treasures. I'd been familiar with several old and obscure legends about the rooms below Castle Korvosa. Chambers, it was whispered, used to hide something of great power or terrible evil. Something called Midnight's Teeth, supposedly a sacred relic of great import to the Shoanti, who kept it somewhere inside the pyramid that now serves as Castle Korvosa's foundation. My research uncovered a chilling legend. Several hundred years ago, a blue dragon allied with Zon Kuthon brought the orcs of Belkzen to their knees, then turned them on Ustalav and Lastwall before he was finally defeated. His remains were scattered, but according to the legend, his essence remains in some of his body parts. I fear the fangs of Kosovon and Midnight's Teeth are one and the same. The description of the Queen's new crown is, on its own, disturbing, but in the light of my discovery, the implications are troubling indeed. Unfortunately, hard facts about Midnight's Teeth are few and far between. Korvosa's founders didn't think it important to preserve much in the ways of the Shoanti culture, yet the Shoanti have very strong oral traditions. If anyone might know more regarding Midnight's Teeth, it will be the historians of the Cinderlands clans. Unfortunately, relations between the Shoanti and Korvosa have never been ideal. I advise you to start with a Skon Kwa, the tribe of the Skol. They have been the most open to talks of peace. I once met an old shaman who was very level-headed and friendly, a man named Thousand Bones. I tried to arrange a meeting with him before I ended up in the twisted hands of the Arconas, but he had already left the city to return to a place in the Cinderlands called the Kalo Mounds. Go there, find Thousand Bones, and learn whatever you can about Midnight's Teeth. See if the Shoanti know how to fight against a power that grants our queen the ability to survive a mortal wound.
There you go.
So we're saying that the queen has been possessed by the spirit of an ancient dragon.
That would explain things
An
somewhat.
ancient blue dragon.
I'm not
I
sure
don't,
the
I don't
elements
know
that much
about
different.
necessarily possessing she's possessed. Could you be that the power, absolute power, corrupts absolutely?
I think the simple answer is no one knows for sure. That's just what Neerlanders has been able to calculate.
We're going to have to go and talk to the shaman and find out what the original story was with the blue dragon.
Well, we won't be most welcome in Shoanti lands.
Well, we won't be as unwelcome as some, since didn't we rescue his son's body or grandson's body or something?
Well, true, but only he knows that. And we'll have to travel some distance into the Cinderlands to find these Kalo Mounds. We'll have to make for Kermaga first. Perhaps if we go overland to Abkan, we might be able to take a barge going upriver.
It's probably the best. It's probably the best way to go overland from Hurst to Abkan is 72 miles. As the crow flies.
About another 2.5 to 3 days. Well, then we must go back into town, secure provisions, and oh, I'm a city boy. I don't want to go to the Cinderlands.
It's all right, Gastus. We'll look after you.
As the crow flies, I wonder what a duck does it, and does it matter if the duck is laden with feathers?
I mean, can we spend a night here in a bed first before we do more travel and have a meeting?
You can obviously spend some time resting, but obviously the more time you can spend as much time as you want at the end of the day. But you know what I mean. The more time you spend is that duck's upset about something.
Is it an Absalonian duck or a Varisian duck?
I don't know, but it's quackers, whatever it is.
Just the tip.
I beg your pardon?
I don't want to know. But yes, I did. Obviously, I did stop Haas, I think. Yeah, the marketplace in Haas.
Well, other than getting, I think, some food for the journey, Gastus would actually ask the maestro if he could finally give him that fencing lesson before I travel to the Cinderlands.
Well, obviously, you can get a chance to have some training. You won't. You haven't. I mean, you can spend a week if you want to spend a downtime before you go. There could be an argument that you could all spend a week's downtime prepping, and that could be. You could spend your week if you want to training with.
Well, if people want to spend a week happily, otherwise Gastus would just sort of see if he could take the afternoon getting some fencing tips from Vencarlo.
Just want enough time to have a real meal and a bed and a bath.
Yeah, well,
a bed in a bath.
I think if you want to spend some downtime, it is a logical place to do so. You are prepping for a long journey. Likewise, you are in a horse ranch. Therefore, Jason will provide horses to anyone who needs one.
And do you get like small pony-sized horses? I mean, I can't. Those big ones scare me.
In that case, I will. If we're doing downtime, I will
Talk
take
so
a
much.
week if Vencarlo is willing to.
It's more likely feedback.
Training fighting with Vencarlo.
Two people, same room. I think might pick up.
And if he's taking a week, I'm going to take a week to study my scrolls that I've found in the various books I have. Training and trying to train Rudy, although he's not really trainable. I mean, he's just like got a mind of his own or something.
Yeah, so sassafras might not like big horses because they might scare her a bit, but I think is Vota not going to want to eat them?
That's dogs that goblins have problems with. I mean, he might want to eat the horses later, but
don't they call their polearms horse slayers?
You know, I can walk through a field of sheep or cows and not desperately want to eat them. I think that he's got some self-control.
This is true. He does have at least a small amount of self-control. I've seen it. He doesn't go into a bloodthirsty rage until somebody gets angry with us or something he doesn't like. If you're willing to provide the rest of our party with horses, that is very kind of you, sir. And if you have a stable, I can put Aramis in at least for the week. I would appreciate that too.
You're not taking your own horse. You're going to take one of his instead.
No, I'm going to take mine. If we're staying here for a week, I'll need to stay.
Yes, of course. Yes, sorry. Yeah. I misunderstood. Yes. You should know, fellas. Okay, this is. Hello, Jason. Well, Jason will also provide pack horses if you decide to take some. But okay, that's an interesting picture. Save that one. More. Okay, well, I've just shared the downtime, so you've got to. I'm going to let you have a downtime. So, obviously, you're training, aren't you, Gastus?
I am training. Yeah. I'm tempted to roll a D2 to see if this counts as training or centering, because he's been wanting to train with Vencarlo for so long.
Well, I'd treat it as centering, wouldn't it? Wouldn't because I don't think training gets you anything, does it? It gets you. It
gets you a re-roll for one.
Oh
combat.
yeah, it does actually. Yeah, that's true.
I think it's for Gastus. This is more centering because Vencarlo's been his hero. He's always wanted to train with him.
Yeah,
and this is like I finally got to train with Master Vencarlo. This is the best week ever.
Okay, you'll spend the week training and therefore centering. How's Aki going to spend his downtime? Carousing, centering, earning, researching. Okay, you're going to spend downtime developing or learning new powers. You don't gain a power, but you can use any spell or miracle from your available power list for one entire encounter. So what are you going to research? Burst. Okie dokie. You have a single solitary casting of Burst. It will cost
encounter.
for an entire encounter. Yes. Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry.
But at -2 to cast.
But at -2 to cast. Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean a single solitary. I mean, yeah, for one encounter you can.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Single solitary, but you just use a spell for an entire encounter.
Yeah. Let's face it. I know what you're going to do. What's the action penalty? Burst, burst, burst.
Multi-action burst. -6. Who cares? Burst, burst, burst. One of them's bound to kill someone.
Exactly.
You'll critically fail 3 times and burst a blood vessel.
Yeah, exactly. Burst a blood vessel.
You can't incapacitate yourself, can you? When
No.
I mean, if the person goes wrong, it might incapacitate all my allies.
Oh, indeed. Ooh, that brings us to Leia. Center, earn, carouse, enchant, train, research, or just rest.
Rest is if we've got
What you can't see right now is that Tavis is dancing with mouthing to me, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" It's very distracting.
What's in the way?
Oh, dear me. I think I'm going to center.
Okay, to center. Okay.
Do my spiritual dancing, communing with my god.
Okay, Sassafras.
It's probably research because I'm just studying my spell books that the professors at the school let me take with me when I was.
So you get to pick one power from your list that you don't currently have. What are you going to go for?
Teleport.
I thought you got teleport.
No, I don't.
It's Aki who can. It's Thaddeus who can teleport, isn't it? And Leo can teleport. That's absolutely fine. Sorry, I got very confused there. Wonderful. Yep, you'll research teleport. And last but not least, because Volker's not here at the moment, someone remind me later he gets to retroactively spend some downtime. What does Thaddeus want to do?
So this will be the first time that we haven't actually been running for our life, so
exactly, perfect time to spend some downtime is what I figured.
Yeah. No. I think we're going to go for a wee holiday somewhere.
You're going to carouse, are you?
No, yeah, me and
He wants some alone time with his girlfriend.
yeah, Venture are off to centre.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yes. No problem at all.
Now I can only use teleport for one encounter, right?
One encounter, yeah. Not one casting, one encounter. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
Okie dokie.
I put it on my powers list with one encounter.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Don't. It's a -2 when casting, but we can do that on the modifier, can't we? Teleport one encounter. We just put in there -2. There you go. So when you roll that now, it should. I'm just testing it. Yeah. So basically, yeah. For you, it means you cast it as normal. But normally you get +2 bonus for casting, but obviously you don't here, so that's okay. That works. Okay, I have just shared the marketplace at Haas.
Oh.
It does include Troll Russians. And obviously anything else any general items you want, I can just drop in there if there's specific general items you want to purchase as part of your prep work before you enter into the Cinderlands. So if anyone wishes to go shopping, let me know.
Certainly have a look.
I would certainly like to go shopping.
Okay, Gastus, you're up, sir.
I think I need to. That roll is just not fair. That was a test roll. Look at it. -2. Oh fuck. He got 27. Oh.
Has anyone got survival?
Yeah. I'm a city boy.
No, I know. I'm just thinking because obviously, if you run out of rations,
Yeah, I'm
at
a
least
druid.
of
I can find food just by pointing the food and say, "Come over here, eating it." They come over to me and go, "That's myself."
That's okie dokie. Hmm.
I'm woodsman as well.
20 days of trail rations will certainly get us at least as far as Caermarga, I'm pretty sure. If it takes us longer than that, there's a problem.
Indeed.
It's not going to be a problem because you got me. I can find your food.
So yeah, I'll have 20 days worth of trail rations to put in my saddlebags.
Okie dokie. You're going to pay in silver, I assume, looking at that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your inventory? You have... Oh, you only got 9 silver. Oh, we'll put your 9 silver in. And then we'll take your 47 copper. I wonder if that's enough. Not enough. And we'll take your 6,000. We'll take your 6,640 gold.
Oh, look, that's enough.
So your exact change is you now have 3 silver and 7 copper. Yeah, that's not bad. There you go. And I shall clear shop out for Leia next, I believe.
I'm having a look now.
I'll go after everybody else's.
No problem. As I say, if there's other items you want, just let me know. I can drop them in there, no problem.
A movable rod?
Non-magical other items.
Damn!
Have you already got one?
I wanted one. I don't think I've got one yet.
All right. Okay.
No, I definitely wanted one for a while, but I do not have one.
Favorite line from my D&D days: when the going gets tough, the tough go shopping. Thank you, Tanko.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, howdy, gave you some bennies earlier on. I forgot to comment on it, but I gave you the bennies. Obviously, you can also. Caermarga is a city, so probably will have more. Well, actually, based on the marketplace at Hearst seems to be very good. It obviously rolled very well on potions. The flame that binds in Caermarga is not hardly anything compared to this. That's terrible. See, I shared it, so I think you guys can look through, so you can make up your personal shopping list, as it were. Oh, potion of growth, eh? Ooh.
You never know when that could come in useful.
Well, indeed. Did I just cause that potion of protection to appear there?
Yes, I was wondering what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. There we go. It's gone back. I was trying to do something else, and it seems to have done something I wasn't expecting. Interesting. Okay. Potion of major healing. Okay. Inventory. 47 copper, 39 silver, 12,584 gold. I'll leave your platinum where it is.
Do I need to click the purchase button?
You can do. Do you not? Do you want any trail rations? Or?
Good point, well made.
I did on the intro video, because we're on book 4. I did update Your class is, if you have a prestige class, your character now is basically described as your prestige class. So we have a duelist, a shadow dancer, and a rage prophet in the party nowadays.
Awesome.
Very cool. Okay, that's it.
Okay, so yeah, hit the purchase button.
I did. Nothing happened.
I wanted you to do so because I wasn't sure if you had to do it or if I have to do it. It would appear I have to do it, or something just isn't working. There it goes. I think it actually possibly did. I think it just took an awful lot. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, so your change is 11735 gold, 5 silver, and 7 copper. Okay. Does anyone else wish to go shopping? Other than yep. I know Sassafras wants to go last, but I don't mean that as in she has to wait till last. It was just I know Sassafras wanted to go.
I just wanted to make sure that I wanted for all because there's limits on some of it.
No problem.
You know, it would be really handy if there was an extra tab on the inventory section that was just for potions.
I was thinking, actually, there is a point where you almost want your magic items and stuff just to be on their own. I mean, what you can do is you can cheat. If you go to, when I mean cheat, it's not really cheating, but on all your potions, you can, what you can do is if you create a fake item called potion pouch, yeah, like I've just done there, and then you can put all your potions. It helps if you spell it right, Kev. Potion pouch, like so, and that will group them all together. Problem is, calling something with potion first means they all want to. So then you just do that on all your potions.
You just type P in and then tab and it auto completes.
Yeah, except if you type potion pouch, then it
will do it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, and then if you just you press tab or something, or just click out of that window, it sorts all your potions together. It's not perfect, but it does work. You could do the same thing by creating, like, if you wanted to group all your magic items, you could also create a entry in called magic items in your inventory, and then you can just sort everything as the location magic items. It's an artificial way to sort them, but that's about it.
Who was it? I forgot my character's name. Who's the dwarf? It's a senior moment.
I know you.
But he had a location called. He had an item called Worn, and so I can work out. I had so many magic items because we were like 18th level. Right? what boots did we have on that week? So what gloves do we have on that week? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had an item called Worn, and it was everything that was actually physically on me was in the Worn location.
Yeah.
Question. I have got potions of minor healing, potions of major healing, and potion of healing. Is a potion of healing just one of the other two types?
Yes. It
Which
would be. It'll be a potion of minor healing.
I was to add it to the numbers of those and delete it as a separate item. It's easier.
Yes, yeah. I'll tell you what, it's basically, the assumption I go on is if it doesn't say, assume it's minor. Yes, it will work in any Savage setting, thank you. It's just part of the core RPG coding, I think, in Savage Worlds. We just happily inherit it. Sassafrasses.
It's in all Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah. That's what I said, yeah.
Well, anything I want, I just drop and drag over to the other side, right?
That's completely correct. Don't forget to check the weapons and armor tabs if you want to check your weapons and armor, although I think they're a bit expensive.
I can't wear armor.
I think you can. You just have penalty. You can. You just have penalties using it, don't you? Pardon me. Scroll of blast. Duck and cover. Duck and cover. Great. Anyone else after Sassafras?
I took some trail rations.
That's right.
Trail rations because, I'm not going to carry them, and I only eat half of what these people do. But
that's absolutely fine.
Stickers, I don't know, buy the dross.
There you go. I just need to sort out Sassafras's. 11762 with 1 silver left and 7 copper. There you go. Then Thaddeus.
I just realised I don't appear to have a backpack. Can I get one here?
Yeah. Just drag it in. I'm not going to be that cruel to say you didn't have a backpack by this point.
Thanks.
482 gold, isn't it, for a backpack?
It's all right. You've got my old one from before I had a handy haversack.
$100 million.
That's nothing. I can remember holy water used to cost 10,000 gold.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? That was one weird bug.
Yeah, because that just put me over. But wouldn't our like rations go in saddlebags on the horses, so we wouldn't be carrying those?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to put them in a saddlebag on a horse, then yeah, just type location horse, and then I'd say you don't actually have to create the item for the record. You can just manually create a location. You don't have to create the location first. It's just if you create the location first, it will auto complete the location for you rather than typing it. But yeah, if you want to just put all your rations in your horse or in a saddlebag or something on the horse, then literally put them in that location and then make sure the icon's blank to show you're not carrying it, so you don't get encumbered by food on the horse. Of course, also when I kill your horse and have it taken away by a creature, you will lose all your food. Not that
It'll still be on the horse. We just have to go and get it back.
Exactly. I was obviously just being funky.
Checking my equipment, I've got 2 musical instruments. I've got the bone pipes of haunting and I've got finger cymbals. Currently, the bone pipes of haunting are weightless and the finger cymbals weigh 3 pounds. Would you be okay with me adjusting that to make it make a little more sense?
Certainly.
Thank you.
They're really, really, really big finger cymbals made of lead.
Well, I've made the weight overall.
They should be at least £20, I reckon. Yeah.
I've got finger cymbals. They don't weigh a pound, but trust me, they don't weigh.
No, exactly. Okay, my word. Thaddeus is clearing up the shop there. Let me know when you're finished, and I'll hit the purchase button.
I just bought a whole load of potions because I can. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whoever did the weights in these game settings is kind of freaking delusional.
Yep.
Well, it depends on the. It depends on the object.
Yeah, I mean, if it were a cello, I could see the weight, but finger cymbals, come on.
Everybody used to complain that in D&D, in basic D&D, that the 10-foot pole was the encumbrance weight was on it, and then people tried to lap with it, and they changed their minds overnight. People saying, "Have you ever tried lapping with a 10-foot pole? It should be much heavier because you get stuck in every corner you go around." Do you know? No.
That's why you need extendable poles.
That's when you need extendables. You want an adventure, try to take a 10-foot pole to the bathroom. It's just it can't be done.
Yeah, but you see, this is the thing. You see, I mean, D&D has 10-foot poles. Savage Pathfinder, 12-foot.
Yep. Isn't that just a blunt pike?
Lankmar's got the best one, the one that Mouser got made for him. It's an engineering work. It's only like a bit 2 foot long or 3 foot long, and then it unfolds into about 12 or 15 foot long. With pikes at both ends, so you can jam it into crevices for mountain climbing. Very useful.
And extendable.
Yeah, there's an item in D&D like that, and it forms a ladder. It can have handles on it, and it forms a ladder.
It's copied from Lankmar. Yeah, everything's copied from Lankmar. Yeah. All of D&D's copied from Lankmar.
Anyway, Aki, you're in the shop.
I am, and someone's caned all the potions. Yeah.
I believe some hack called Shane Hensley did a lot of the AD&D 2nd edition conversions for Lankmar.
I've forgotten his name. I know it was Kevin. forgotten his name. He owned digital. He created a company called Digital Adventures, and he had his own company. And what they did was they made modules for Fantasy Grounds Classic version 1, the original 1.0, and it was Digital Adventures who wrote the original Savage Worlds rule set.
All right.
My carry limit's broken. Would you have a look at it, please, Kev?
Don't forget that any item inside a backpack weighs half the amount it's listed.
Yeah, so why has my total carried gone up to 116?
Sometimes
is that code enabled, is it? Yes, it is. I put my saying, I've looked at the code. Yes, it is.
So instead of it going down, it went up to more than double.
I know. Normally you have to unequip everything. Then you have to hit the update load limit, and then you have to...
However, bear in mind, we've talked about changing locations. If you take the item out of location backpack, it's going to restore its normal weight.
It's still doing it.
I know.
I'll work it out manually, because that's clearly absolute bollocks.
I don't think you can change it, though. That's the interesting thing. I don't know. When it decides to go wrong, it really goes wrong, and I've never worked out how to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just a little bit wrong. That is totally out of it.
There you are. That can make... that makes...
352, thanks, that helps.
You know what that is? You know what that's because I've turned on currency weight. If I'm worried about money weight, that's what you'd be looking at.
Aye.
Well, then maybe that's promissory notes or gemstones.
I'm just going to turn on armor encumbrance and be done with it.
I'm not wearing anything. It's not that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that's what I'm going to do for ease. I've never worked it out. When it breaks, it breaks. They added this update load limit button that's supposedly meant to recalculate it, but it really doesn't.
It does, right? Because what happens is, if you've got 4 or 5 players and they're adjusting inventory, it's constantly having to do that calculation of time, and it's a heavy on the system. So the idea is don't let it update and have a button there so people can force the update. I mean, so if it's paused itself for some reason.
I found it. Yeah. You've put, you're carrying 14 lots of trail rations, and you've set the weight of the trail rations to 14 each.
Oh, okay, I could adjust that.
See, total.
Now that makes sense. Okay, good, thanks.
The weight is already automatically calculated, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. You don't fiddle, don't fiddle with the weight values. It's if you got more, you only fiddle with the numbers, not the weight values. But yeah, right. You had impressive. Have you finished shopping?
I have.
Right, let's get on. Let's hit the purchase button. There we go. Hit the inventory button. Okay, and then I can do 165, no silver, and 7 copper. There we go. All done. Right. So that would mean it's a week later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's just make it then. Let's just make it Moon Day, the 9th of Aradus. As you head on out. Did it work? Did I actually remember to do it? And will it actually work? That's the question.
Now we're heading for the Cinderlands, which are kind of a desert, yes?
It's frigid and cold there.
Because if we're riding through a desert, has everybody given their horse a name?
Oh dear.
There's obviously some connotation here that that's lost on me.
You've never heard
through the desert with a horse with no name. Yep, that one.
Yeah, yes.
It was good to get out of the rain.
Right. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We zoom in. If you zoom in an awful lot, there's the party.
Small. Well, let's go to Abkan and see if we can get a barge from there up to Kermaga.
The showing is identified. You say you can't see the text?
All I can see is their name.
That's very strange.
Oh, wait. No. Now it's working. It wasn't before. Please excuse me.
That's okay. Right. So you take... Okay, so you're taking the 68 mile. That's 3 days. Okay. Takes you 3 days, so you can cross off 3 days rations to get to Abkan.
Hang on. Because Aki didn't buy rations, and he's going to be making survival rolls to feed himself every day, that's going to take us twice as long, isn't it?
It is.
So Aki's actually going to need 6 survival rolls, and we're going to take 6 days.
Yes.
Can't we just feed Aki? Oh look,
No,
Aki! I've spotted something. It's a can. Look, there's a can hiding in there.
Plus, if he gets raises, he might feed all of us.
Indeed. Okay, day 1, survival check to feed Aki, otherwise we'll start worrying him about his starving.
See if that's going to happen.
Okay, day 1, no one has to use any rations because Aki feeds you all.
Hooray!
Day
Well,
2.
I think it would be fair then if we fed him a day each out of our rations to make it take less time.
You know what's going to happen though? He's going to end up just making enough food for himself. We're all going to end up with a can of spam. He's eating Christmas dinner.
Okay, so that after the first day, Aki provides. Obviously, it takes after. So yeah, it's going to take you 6 days to travel if you're actually letting Aki doing the survival rolls, but that's fine. Actually, hang on, no, it's 8 hours to. No, it won't, is it? It's 8 hours survival, isn't it? It's 8 hours traveling, 8 hours searching for food, 8 hours sleeping. Still only 3 days.
Okay, fair enough.
It's 24-hour days and all that.
He's not a very good hunter if it takes him 8 hours to find food.
I'm not sure how long it takes, but it is a while. Well, I can't remember.
It all depends if something interesting happened, in which case the length it takes is the commercial break.
Yeah, I'm butchering it and cooking it.
Yeah. It's a fair bit. I'm sure it was 8 hours. I'm sure it was.
Berries. You can eat them.
Yeah, but you got to find them. You got to search
berries.
them. You got to get enough to provide enough sustenance. Anyway, survival. Joe, it doesn't say how long it takes. So yeah, it doesn't actually say 8 hours. But even if you know what I mean. So okay, day 2. Let's start the day with a survival check, for Aki, because he's got no food. I'll roll for him then.
Right, wait a second.
He's sulking today. He's not.
I'm reading something. Yeah. Days worth of food.
Day 2, he provides food for everyone again. On the 3rd day, you will reach Abkan today. Let's have the survival check. The idea is we want to get these rolling fast. Then we'll give up. But anyway. Okay, today Aki feeds himself. Today Aki feeds himself alone, but the rest of you will have to use a day's worth of rations. Then you get to Abkan. Abkan was found
a meal in a tavern.
Abkan was founded as a commune by peace-loving riffraff. That's what it tells
I
me.
love that phrase.
What?
I want to be peace-loving riffraff.
Sounds like actually does sound like Gastus's kind of people. He doesn't like fighting. He's just good at it. Well, let's see. See if we can find an inn for the night and a barge going up river in the next day or two.
This is located on the banks of the upper Yodabanki River before it flows into Lake Siratula, about 45 miles northeast of Methesh. The town is surrounded by a wooden palisade, and so there we go, wooden palisade. So
population of Abercana go, where are you going? What's the rush, man?
Basically, you will find someone who, at the expensive price of 1 silver piece per passenger, will take you upriver to Kermagar.
Does that include the horses as well, then?
Yeah, because I was on the assumption that it's you and a horse per person, basically. Yes, was the logic I was using anyway.
Well, I will pay him a whole gold piece for the whole party.
That's only 10 people. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Can I find the inn and offer my services as an entertainer in order to secure us better lodgings for the night?
Well, I don't think, given it's only got a population of less than 300, it probably doesn't actually have better lodgings. In fact, it probably has a tavern. I don't think it's got an inn. It's too small.
But it's peace-loving riffraff. I'm sure if Leia dances for them, we'll get.
You might get put up in people's homes or their very nice barns, but I wouldn't worry too much. It's not going to. You'll have a warm and comfortable night's sleep. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yes. But obviously, of course, feel free to. 24 miles a day by rowboat, 30 miles a day on a sailing ship in strong winds. So we'll say 24 miles. That's the easiest way to do it. So, again, I'm not going to worry too much. So it's 40 miles to the river bend. 64 miles. 32 miles. 40 plus 32 plus, what did I say the middle bit was?
You said 64, and I don't think that's right.
30. I was obviously doing 32. I was adding 32 twice to get 64, wasn't I? So it's 100. Yeah. So it's 100. We'll call it 100. We'll call it 100 miles to make it nice and easy. So it's 13 days journey to Karmagar. Well,
you said 24 miles a day on a rowboat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why did I do?
100 miles. That's about four and a bit days.
It is. I'm sorry. I was doing doing it walking. I apologise. Yeah, 4 and a bit days to get to Karmagar, but Karmagar's at the top of the cliff, so he'll get you to the bottom. Okie dokie. So at this point, things will get interesting because
tell you what, since Aki's not going to be able to forage while we're on a raft unless he's fishing.
He can fish, so he can still do survival. So 4 day survival rolls. Yeah.
Survival
rolls. Let's have some survival rolls. Go for it.
Oh, he's going hungry.
He goes hungry that day. You see Benny's. He feeds everyone that day. In fact, day 2.
The fish of the day is trout a la creme.
Enjoy your meal.
Are you sure you don't want that kind of spam?
I've got some pemmican.
I've got tuna.
I got hungry today. It's all right. I'll have some more food tomorrow.
Oh, he's getting fatigued through lack of food.
24 hours without food.
He ate yesterday. It's just today he hasn't.
Have some chilled,
and I'll be all right.
Have some chilled rations. It's basically dog biscuits, but you'll be fine. Totally fine.
Yeah. So come your survival roll the next day, you have had 24 hours without food.
Yeah.
Unless you'll actually accept something from one of us.
I never said I wouldn't accept anything from any of you, but
Well, do you want Thaddeus's dog biscuits?
I'll have the dog biscuits. They sound good.
All right.
Okay. No. So at the end of the day, it's only a bigger roll. It's only a bigger roll to see. Yeah. Okay, so someone will have to give him a day's rations. Everyone else will have to spend a day's rations. So that was the 13th. That brings us to the 3rd day on the boat.
The moon is waxing gibbous.
Fuck off. He feeds himself today, so everyone else will have to feed themselves.
Yeah.
And then,
sorry, how many days have we had to feed ourselves?
I've taken off 4 in total.
Yeah.
There we go. So there's one.
The final day on the boat. Requires Aki's survival roll.
I'll feed Aki today then. Oh no, he's Bennying. I'll feed Aki today then.
Oh, yeah, I'll do. The river's obviously dried up due to pollution.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly.
He's going to be angry with the people of Caermarga now if we get there, and he'll be talking about the toxic waste they're putting in the river.
Yeah, I pulled up.
Okie dokie. Right, so standing atop one of the highest spots of Torval Rise, the cliff-top city of Caermarga is built inside the ruins of an ancient fortress, a 6-sided ring of 80-foot-high seamless stone stretching more than half a mile in diameter and topped with towers of every shape and design. Also known as the Asylum Stone, Caermarga has served as a refuge for exiles, misfits and ne'er-do-wells fleeing persecution and prosecution for thousands of years, and is known throughout Glorarian as a place where anyone can fit in, where anything is bought and sold. It's also known as the City of Strangers. And I have a picture for you.
That place looks like it was made by a necromancer, a mage and an architect after a really long drug binge.
Bloody Thessalonians. Sorry, wrong character.
Yes, the stone ring of Caermarga predates the Empire of Thassalon.
Wow.
Homely, don't you think?
Not
Greg,
exactly.
What is that big thing of skulls? Is that what is that? The wall outside it, or is it floating?
It's basically it's on a cliff, and obviously the water's pouring down, creating a mist.
So that's the cliff face carving, like
yes,
the president's head's only much more H.R. Geiger.
Exactly. Yes. It's scary in that regard, isn't it?
The world is full of wonders, but I really wish I didn't have to see it, Thomas.
Where are we supposed to get up there?
There's got to be stairs somewhere, or
probably climb up the throat of a skull somewhere.
I wonder the fish.
Obviously, I've been up to this point. I've been using the official map. I found a nicer one. That's what I'm going to use from now on. It would appear there is. I think there appears to be. I think there's caves. Looking at it, I think there's caves and steps up inside the caves.
Cool.
I think so. Based on the because there is some sound effects for the caves in the module. Yeah.
Now you know why there's no fish.
But I don't know if actually. So that would be that. I need to check that. I remember I saw them. I saw it did say the caves. So settings.
Does this mean you were fishing in ancient skull vomit?
But anyway, as I say, I found someone else made a much nicer map, so I'm going to use that from now on.
That explains the flavour, Leah.
Ew.
That map is done in Wonderdraft.
It is indeed. But I say I had the official one, but I found this one's a little more friendly for where you're going now, because the other one's sort of a bigger area. This one's a little more focused on what we need. So there we go. I forgot to change the sound effects back to the going north, but that's fine. I am looking for.
I guess we need to follow that path and then up into Caermarga.
Indeed.
Look at those cartoon characters on the map.
Right. Was it Storval Rise Caves? There we go. I knew it was there somewhere.
Hey, look, Fort Rannoch. We've been there. No, that was somebody else.
Okay. By the time you venture into Cinderlands, so yeah, it's basically that gets you into Karmagar, which again, for no other reason other than the fact that I found it. I thought, why not? Although, did I forget to load it? Have I not loaded it as an asset? That's home. Maybe I didn't actually.
Looking on the map here, we need to go to the Skonquar in the Callow Mounds, and we're going to have to pass through the Sklarquar territory to get there. Do we know that, or is that something we can find out in Kaer Morgeth?
You probably would have known that. Just so, again, there you go. Again, not so much for necessarily now, but that because I can find it. There you go.
Ew.
Asking a big.
So asking, I don't know if actually it's on here, but asking around, you happen to know that there is a magic shop. It's owned by a bloat mage of the name of Carthagus. Carthagus. I couldn't pronounce it. Pennies for all. I think they'll need them. Thank you, boy. Howdy. It's called The Flame That Binds. It's a rather popular hangout for some cities' up-and-coming hedge wizards. Carthagus has no problem allowing those mages without storefronts of their own to meet plants here as long as he gets a cut of any revenue. Yeah, this area has an interesting type of specialisation called bloat mages. Basically, it seems to be about they believe it's obviously an interesting form of blood magic. Was due to it, they basically by putting more the more power and energy you can put into your blood, the more powerful you can become. They believe the downside is it does tend to make you a bit on the large side.
Sorry, run that one by me again.
They're fat mages.
Well, they are called bloat mages.
It's not to do with flatulence, then. That's all right.
So there's Carthagus.
But what's in the container?
You'll just have to look up. If you type in Pathfinder bloat mages, you'll get the D20 rules for them. There isn't anything in Savage Worlds for them, so it was just a bit of background. Hemothurges, more commonly and derogatorily referred to as bloat mages, are arcanists who believe the literal truth in the old aphorism that magic runs in the blood. By magically overriding their body's fail-safes and producing more blood than they need, bloat mages are able to greatly increase their magical abilities, but at the cost of becoming grotesque, bloated masses of engorged flesh. So there you go. And if you're...
Is the price on that Ring of Water Walking right? Because if it is, I'll buy it.
Yeah, that's an interesting bug you just found there.
Maybe I won't buy it
then.
But actually, I would like to buy the Potion of Dark Sight, please.
Okie dokie. I'm going to minimise that. I'm going to get rid of that. As I say, it was all just a bit of fun. So Augustus is going shopping, and there we go.
Yeah, I will have that Potion of Dark Sight.
Which place are we shopping at right now? Is it the Flame?
The Flame That Binds.
Right.
If you, ironically, they don't have a lot. That's the random nature of their random tables.
Mm.
But I do believe there is weapons. It's quite a nice weapon, but I don't think anyone can afford it.
It's not a rapier.
Right.
No, that's it. Just the Potion of Dark Sight.
That's a pretty empty shop.
It is. Maybe when you cut. Pardon?
It's also set up in dollars.
This thing's set up for gold pieces.
It shows dollars to me.
Really? It's showing gold pieces to me.
Showing gold pieces to me and all.
Weird.
You broke it.
Mm. That's probably because he opened it before I shared it.
Maybe.
Oh, does anyone else want any shopping here? Obviously, there is nothing stopping you coming back here, because obviously if you're going to spend some time in the Cinderlands, you can always come back here later on in the city, which is why I put the map there and stuff like that for possible return visits. And that's just that if we're expanding stuff. That's what, you know what I mean. Kalmagar in the book, in the actual adventure is the line that you stop there on the way into the Cinderlands. That's it. But what
if I spend 2 gold pieces, can we assume I've picked up 10 more days worth of trail rations?
Of course you can. And anyone else who wants to spend 2 gold pieces can certainly do the same. Because I won't worry about putting them back on there. I'll just put that there because it's there. But otherwise, you can head on into the Cinderlands.
So, knowing that the tribal lands of the Sklarqua are kind of between us and the Skonqua territory, Gastus is going to suggest that we skirt along the edge of the rise around the Sklarqua territory, because we don't have a shaman there that might like us, and head in that way.
Thaddeus gained a new power.
There's an example. There gives you an idea of the niceties of the Cinderlands.
See, I can walk past this and I have no desire to eat that bull.
Yeah, and I have no desire to get anywhere near the basilisk either.
But in this hospitable landscape in Varisia, the Cinderlands are deemed worthless by most of the region's residents, fit only for the crazed Shoanti barbarians displaced over centuries by immigration from Chelax. The Badlands are rugged, inhospitable terrain formed by long periods of drought, heavy wind erosion, odd rock formations, canyons, gullies, and hoodoos fill the landscape, separated by twisting valleys and crags. Many rock formations have alternating tiers of sandstone and ash rock, creating stark contrasting ambience of red and black layers. The wind effect is everywhere. The geological formations are smooth and curving, mimicking the sand dunes of a desert. Large areas are solid rock, but others have stretches of leach soil and silt. Short, weedy scrubs grow in patches through the Badlands. So there we go, which does remind me, I do believe, as I go to there, there's -2 penalties to survival checks for food in the Cinderlands, in case Aki wants to buy some rations.
Yeah, I'm going to buy some rations.
Yeah, 2 gold pieces is 10 days will get you, it's 2 gold pieces at the end of the day. So, in addition to hosted environments are perilous. Sorry, -1 on survival checks, not -2. I apologise, but letting you know anyway. Other threats, I knew I read it somewhere, I just forgot what I read earlier. In addition, you have, if anyone else would like to make a common knowledge check to see what you remember about the Cinderlands.
You know what, I've got plenty of bennies.
Okay, well, Thaddeus happens to know that one of the most interesting things about the Cinderlands are the basically they're named for the cinder cones, but they're also named for some very interesting entities that are known as cinder walkers. And apparently, if you apparently they're incredibly dangerous and deadly. However, the rest of you know about remember you've heard tales of cinder cones, hills of volcanic fragments built up around volcanic vents. Basically, during the eruptions of these magma fountains, earthquakes shake the land and small volcanoes vent incredible amounts of ash cinders and explosive projectiles through the flanks and summit craters. So basically, cooling as they fly, these natural bombs solidify into elongated tear-shaped rocks, making them aerodynamic enough to travel up to a mile. And the impact causes them to shatter explosively. In addition, Gustus, you got the rays. Ember storms can be formed in the aftermath of a particularly large wildfire because the generated heat is so great the surrounding oxygen burns swiftly, creating an inward-facing wind current. Once this occurs, a perpetual cycle of oxygen ash and embers feed the fire and intensifies its heat, giving its own renewable source of fuel. The winds can reach hurricane force gales that cause an ember storm to grow to devastating size. Oh, right, so it's just Helldivers 2 far cyclones. With a good wind behind it, the storm can travel hundreds of miles, appearing from afar like a black blizzard that flickers with fire. There we go. Far cyclones. Lovely.
Cinderlands are a horrible place. It's another reason we should stay as close to the edge of the rise and somewhere civilized as we possibly can.
And then you've also got ember poppies, flask trees, galvet bushes, lottery trees, and scrub. But I wouldn't worry too much about those.
The further we get from Caermarga, the more uneasy everybody is going to see that Gastus is. I mean, he's normally quite a garrulous kind of fella, and he's going to sort of retreat in on himself and stick to the middle of the party and generally not be happy in this great wide open territory.
I don't feel too bad about it. It's highly unlikely we're going to meet a vampire of the Cinder Plains. I know all about them.
Right. I think, have I lost the map? Nope. Have I lost the map? Images. No, not that one. Cinder. Cinderlands map. Okie dokie. So that your plan is to take this 9 miles. Okay, so on day one gets you to there.
Well, at least we can see somewhere civilized over the edge as we're camping.
Yeah, but
I wish I could be down there in an inn. There's an inn just there.
Oh, for the record, that's your destination.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't want to go across there because then we're passing through the territory of people that are less. Oh, good God! So we're going to go this way and then that way and. Yeah. Goodbye, Sirathu. I wish I could have stayed there instead of up here.
Sorry, what mark?
Pat you gently on the shoulder.
What map are we on?
Map Cinderlands.
Map Cinderlands.
Okie dokie. Right.
You know, after this we might have a wee holiday apart. I've heard that, you know, there's a place called Skull Crossing round about here, with a nice fort called Fort Rannoch.
I've heard of that. There's a group of rangers work out of there, called the Black Arrows, I believe. They're supposed to be a proud and noble bunch, even though they've got a half-orc in charge.
What's going on? What's going on?
Something's going on.
Yeah, I seem to have... Well, my artwork seems to be missing. That's still there. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Something's up with the filtering. Weird. Yeah, something's very funky going on there. I'm typing completed because I'm trying to get the completed maps, and it's saying if the filter is completed, the filter's too short. Minimum of 3 letters. It's like, hang on, completed is considerably more. Something's broken with my filter's broken today. Interesting. Okay, at least I know now.
Oh yeah, local story. Blame the filter.
Well, no, it's saying the word. It's saying the word completed is
less than 3. Yeah.
Is less than 3 characters, which it most certainly isn't.
Maybe we're living in 1984 land. Yeah.
Maybe.
2 + 2 is 6.
Maybe indeed. Okay. Right. Halfway through the day. halfway through the day. Oh, I need to create an encounter. Okay. New encounter. No. New encounter. Because I got the Joker.
Yes.
We'll have to test that after the game.
Hmm.
I've got it as well. But I'm obviously going to play.
I've got so many extensions, it could be anything.
Unlikely, I'd imagine, but that's why we'll have a look at it later.
What am I looking for? I am looking for that. Got a marching order these days. Probably should sort out the marching order, shouldn't we?
Mm.
Right, let me see now. When Carlo, Neolandis aren't there. Okay, so on the party sheet, you better sort out your marching order. Because all it's got on it is Gastus and...
Gastus and Thaddeus.
Yeah, so let's add Venger to it. Majenko and Argenia and Cease. Right, we need to add Leia. We need to add Thaddeus is there. We need to add Vorka. We need to add Sassafras. We need to add Ruti. Don't worry, I'm just randomly putting them on. I think, is that everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we can move ourselves around, but not each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gas just wants to stay firmly in the middle of the group while we're out here in the wilds. Thank you very much. Where normally he'd ride on ahead and act as vanguard and what have you, he is having nothing to do with that.
Well, the thing is, if you actually go, if you go above the cross in the middle, that is the front.
Yeah.
So at the moment, Aki's at the front with Leah.
Yes.
Yes, that's my idea is to be scouting ahead. 2 cats and me at the front. Leah is a cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
She's a shadow cat.
Yeah, strange cat, but definitely a cat. With claws like that, it can't be anything but a cat.
She's even got a pet dragon, just like Shadowcat.
Clearly, I need to have a pet named Schnarf.
Oh dear.
Bursting up out of the ground.
Rastus, have a drink. Settle down.
Look.
I've seen them, but still, what's wrong with you today?
Horse-sized burrowing monsters. Oh, sorry, that shouldn't be there. That's obviously in the wrong place. I apologise.
It was just a stick. I'm sorry.
There we go.
It's a mirage. In the desert, things can appear closer and further away than they actually are.
Okay, after the fun and games I had at the weekend, I am instigating my new rule. I'm instigating my new rule before I start the combat. Now is the time to spend your bennies if you want to change your cards. Once I start the round, no using of cards to jump up the deck. That's my new ruling because it gets me too confused. So
I'm good where I am.
That's the
trying to
reason
change,
why it
but I'm
pauses.
just having
So when you end a turn,
issues.
it doesn't immediately appear. That's the very reason why it does it.
I know.
Oh, I moved so far up then. You see that?
Yes.
I moved from the 2 of spades to the 3 of clubs.
On Sunday, a guy spent 6 pennies. He got from the 2 of clubs to the 6 of spades.
Wow.
6 pennies. Is everyone happy?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna better. I don't think I can do better.
Okay, Sassafras, you're up.
2 pennies then.
And I'm gonna whisper over to Gastinius. Hey, Gastinius, these things are bad, right?
I have no idea. They look horrible.
Don't make him worse.
I've heard all kinds of things about ankegs. They eat babies.
They like burrowing.
Baby what, though?
Oh, anything they can get their teeth onto.
Their preferred habitat is rural farmlands, and they particularly like going for livestock. But they're not. They are obviously in the deserts. They're probably a little more hungry, and therefore probably a little more violent.
Yes, I mean out here, I'm sure they'll be quite happy to chew on Korvosans if they can get their teeth into them.
Okay, Sassafras casts lightning bolt, which I didn't hear any sound effects for, interestingly. But anyway. But shakes an egg keg. Okay, over we go. That gets us to Rudy.
And Rudy's gonna go over there and try biting it. No,
okay.
That's half his flight, so he can run away when
he can. Yeah, he can. He can indeed.
Because if Sassafras was shooting at it, then that's fair game.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be carrying it. There's something
Let's put Volker on hold.
And then he's just going to fly straight up out of its reach. He's not going to move horizontally. He's going to move vertically to get out of its reach.
I've got him. When I say his name, he goes boom, straight up to my left.
Someone has forgotten to mute themselves. Okay, number 1 is, if anyone's got first strike, remind me as I come charging towards you.
Fortunately not.
Right, so anchor number 1 comes bounding in towards Leia and totally fails to cause any damage. Anchor 2 is going to come up and attack Thaddeus. Totally failing to do anything. My word. It's quite depressing, really, isn't it?
Not for us.
Number 3. It should be about there in all realism. We'll worry about that in a minute. Fails to recover from being shaken. That brings us to Thaddeus. Wild Soul.
Thaddeus. Anik number 2, you are a puddy cat. Anik, yes, he is a puddy cat. Puddy cat.
What?
I'll have a small cat, please.
Battle polymorph.
Could it be if I was being mean? It would have been a toad. Ow. Ow. Yes, it comes roaring towards me, and I go, "No, puddy cat." It turns into a puddy cat.
You should have turned it into a worm and fed it to your duck.
I have a good feeling that this dice is going to explode and get 25.
You're feeling stuck.
They do indeed. Well, it was wishful thinking, wasn't it?
So what size is it? What size is it now?
Oh. You can't have a putty cat.
I can't have a putty cat. Why is that?
It's too small.
Why? What size is it?
A cat is size -3. You can only go down to size -2.
Right.
Oh God, we need a list of monsters by size, don't we now? Which you can't do.
It's obviously going to be a fat overweight putty cat, then, isn't it?
It's going to have to be, isn't it? Which I can do. I can make it size -2, small, which means it's
a wheezing obese cat.
It does mean its toughness goes up by 1 whole point. There we go.
So, but how many points of size changes is that? Because it started off with 0.
Yeah. Okay, because you've
0
paid the point cost.
2.
That would be 2.
You've done 4 points of size change. From 2 to -2 is 4 sizes.
Okay. Right.
God, my game is now going to be depressingly annoying, isn't it? He's got baleful polymorph.
Well, what did you expect?
What's the difference between normal polymorph and baleful polymorph?
It's sadder.
Oh, baleful polymorph is basically casting it against people who don't want it, I suppose. It's got a duration of 5, so it might, after 5 rounds, if you haven't killed it, it does come back.
At least it gets harder to hit now. It's smaller, is it? Does it not?
It does.
Yes. Yeah, she's gonna attack it. That's what she's gonna do. Where are you? Open your character sheet. Combat.
You can't. I just think it does say you can't turn it. You can't turn them into fish because you're on dry land. So it still thinks it's an ankeg. It's now an ankeg in the cat.
Well, she stabbed it. Done a wound on it. Make another vigor check.
Why?
Because she's using wasp venom.
Ah, but she didn't injure it, therefore it doesn't matter.
Oh, right, okay. Yes, yes. She's sweet. She's not that sweet.
No, if you basically totally negate the damage, then poison like that doesn't actually have an effect because you retroactively don't have the wound in the first place. Okay. No, onto Pancake 4, which happens to be tunneling under the ground and bursts up. Just had enough movement to reach there. Bursts up out of the ground. Biting Gastus. Actually, will it do that?
Now
No.
It's next to you. Oh, now it's not next to you.
No, it's going to burst out the ground there.
Stay still.
And spit acid. So I just noticed they can do that. And I'll just see if it's an area of effect or if it's a cone or if it's just...
It's a stream template.
Stream template, so it's going to be... Okay, so it's also a genia as well, but it's...
Well, it missed anyway. It rolled a 2.
It did, because it does count. Does it? It's 106 rounds for it. The undertakers by the other 6 hours after using its aspect it uses the D6 acid. Okay, so it can use the ability separated. It's just it won't use it this dust rated. Ignore me then. So it came up, bit you, and missed. So you do get a free attack on it. So
I do get my counter attack.
Yes, you do.
You know,
I'm just retconning.
Yes, I'm riding Aramis, so I will
to use your riding skill.
Well, yeah. And
What did you say, bombardier?
Because I can't set my fighting to a D4 to be capped by my riding skill, so I've done a sub attack mounted as a bomb attack and put in the bombardier skill equal to my riding skill, so I can roll it off my combat tab.
But you could just set the custom attack to riding.
Except I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Right click on it. Right click on it and go.
What's that under? Where have you done? Oh, under mounted. Yeah. So you right click on mounted. You pick attack info where you got type bomb. Right click and click the pen for attack type and type riding.
Right click. It doesn't let me do that. I can add a new one.
Yeah.
That'll only add a modifier.
So you should be able to right click on type and there should be a little pen option.
Nope.
Okay, I'll do it then. You should be able to. There's the videos on it. There you go. You now have a riding attack. Right, cool.
Okay. Fair enough. Where's that then? The mounted one is riding. Okay, cool. So I still hit it with a 5 anyway, because it's still.
Yeah, no, you do. Yeah. No, I'm not arguing. I was just, you know what I mean.
Oh, we'll Benny that. Why not? And I will slice one of its legs so it's got pace -2. For no other reason than I can.
Oh, good, you're a duelist.
Yeah.
I was thinking, how the hell is he doing that?
Because I'm a duelist.
Okay. Gets us to Aggie. Hello?
Hello.
What are you doing, sir?
I'm fighting.
You're mounted, so you're riding. Oh. Mounted combat, you still, even for slings, you'd have to use riding, don't you? Is it only, no, is it melee only?
No, you'd have an unstable platform. That would still be a raise though within a.
That's still a hit with a raise, yeah, good point. So yeah, I should make sure I must remember next time to how you make riding checks to see if your horse is bolt. There's one less anking out there.
I wonder what Cease is going
Stop playing with your food, Cease.
Gang up can't go above +4, can it?
No.
So, if someone has the loner hindrance, what I could do is put gang up -4 in brackets, couldn't I?
Probably.
Unless... Well, I'll have to test it. But...
Yeah, because it might calculate it up to +6 and take the 4 and then only give you a net maximum.
So might have to put gang up -99 or something.
As long as it can't go below 0 as well.
Yeah. I'd say I'll have to test it. It's just one of the characters has got the loner hindrance, and I was thinking today, how do we code that?
Yeah.
Cease ends the turn. That brings us to Leia.
All right then, let's deal with these things.
I think Leia's jumping off her horse.
Oh yeah. Oh dear, that went poorly.
I think Leia forgot to take her feet out the stirrups.
I think so too. I think Leia needs to make Leia needs to make an unskilled riding check. Leia needs to make an unskilled riding check, otherwise I'm having the horse panic and drag her bouncing along.
The horse gave me a derisive look, which clearly said, "What the fuck was that?"
Okay, so the horse doesn't go galloping off, so I don't get to have fun with Oh, that caused a console error. What happened there?
It went all crazy with defense rolls because I was still targeting the.
Oh, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's the downside of it. That's fine. Borka senses love in the form of bennies. I shall pass them on.
Yeah, I make a complete ass. And being as I tend to wear a dress, it's now over my face. I'm upside down with my head dragging in the dirt, so I'll wait till next turn.
Indeed. I think I'm going to have to be really... Yeah. You obviously already made yourself vulnerable, so obviously you're now upside down with your dress around your face, so you're obviously distracted.
That's fair enough.
Does Majenko wish to do anything?
Laugh at me?
Okay.
I think that's pretty much exactly what Majenko would do.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Sitting on the horse's head in fits of little dragon giggles.
So Gastus is going to wheel Aramis around, and he's going to, guide Aramis with his knees while trying to attack the Ankeg, and Aramis is also going to attack because Aramis is a fighting trained horse. Not that Aramis is actually on the map, but I do have his stats. So let's start with... We'll start with Aramis because Aramis is the stronger one here.
Hold it.
I'm holding it.
Too tight.
Ouch!
It went off his end.
Right, so Aramis is now there. So Aramis rears up and does not critically fail and throw Gastus off. And because that didn't target, it should have had a +4 gang up bonus. 1, 2, 3, 4. They parry 5 or lower.
They are parry 5.
So it would have been a hit. But because it's an extra, it didn't target when I dropped that on it. So I'll drop the damage there like that. Oh no, he nudges it with a hoof. Thanks, Aramis. And then Gassus will lash out with his blades. Clearly, Aramis pinned it in place with his hooves.
Evidently. Well, no. Entertainment value is enough with knowing that Leia's hanging upside down with her foot stuck in the stirrup of a horse.
Right, well, I'm not. Gastus isn't finished yet.
Oh, sorry, shutting up.
Then he's going to draw a dart from his bandolier, and I'll put in the -2 for unstable platform, and chuck that at that Ankeg there.
Where's your multi-action penalty? I just want to know
I
why.
don't need one because I'm ambidextrous and two-fisted.
That's fine. That's why I was asking.
Or we can spend 1 penny on that, I think.
And the one Volker just gave you.
Exactly. Thank you, Volker. You helped me shake an Ankeg. Then Argenia will swoop down and start pecking at that Ankeg's tail. Does absolutely nothing whatsoever, but yeah, looks impressive. Aramis is already done.
Just moving it on, don't you worry. New round. Let's deal those cards and then see if you guys want to do anything about it. As the GM, I certainly do.
I'll give it a Benny to see if I can go a bit earlier. I've got to beat a king now. No, I go down a card for the 9 of diamonds. Go on, one more then. Well, no. Looks like the Ankegs are up first then.
Ankeg number 1. Begs. Well, it's obviously going to go for the upside down, vulnerable, distracted.
Go on, critically fail! Critically fail! It does!
No.
Well, hang on, you can't spend a Benny on a critical failure, and your next die roll was a 1.
That was me spending a Benny to attack again, so it wasn't a critically fail. Right.
Well, you can't spend a Benny to re-roll a critical fail, though, can you?
But I didn't critically fail because I rolled a 1 and I rolled a 1. I wasn't looking at the dice. I rolled a 1 and a 5 and a 1 and a. I rolled a 1 and a 5 and a 1 and a 4.
Okay, fair enough.
The cat hisses and tries to strike at Thaddeus and fails miserably. Pancake bursts out the ground. It's to bite Thaddeus with its acidic mouth. Which I do think I need to potentially. Sorry, yeah.
Make it as a separate attack because it can go away when they use their breath. If they spit the acid, can't they?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, the Ankeg loses the plus D6 acid. I'm gonna have to check that. I think that's. I'm gonna leave as is, but I need to check the Ankegs. I think they might be nastier than they are currently in the rulebook.
The way I've read them is they do their bite damage and then an extra D6 acid until they spit their acid.
Which is that's how I was reading it. So yeah. So actually, it's still only 1 wound, so that's okay. That's how I read it. I just need to add that in. The acid damage, I mean. Brings us to Sassafras.
Sassafras can see that Leia's in trouble, so she's going to ride up this way and get closer to Rudy. And then once you authorize my move...
Well, I can't use the mouse anymore. I have to actually click in the window and use the WASD keys. Which does, for some reason, slow me down. I know the middle mouse button still works, but for some reason it doesn't for me anymore.
How weird.
Yeah, strength plus D6 plus D6 acid AP2.
Not good enough. I'm going to Benny that.
I think it's strength plus 2D6 until they use their acid bite. Looking at it, I think I'll create a sub attack for the Ankeg in the future. Obviously, I thought I redid the bestiary. I redid the bestiary and did the monster, so I'm going to do it again.
Really weird.
See, that's a good point. Yeah, if you go into 3D mode, the Ankegs are actually got their 3D tokens. Because I did update them.
Did that Ankeg just leave combat?
Which Ankeg?
That one there.
No, all I did was put it in. I put it in. All I did was go to 3D mode and move the thing.
Wander around. Right.
Yeah, and it would appear that it moves when I moved. Oh, because I'm it. Oh, sorry, I was in token 3D mode, not 3D mode. That's what happened. So obviously, as I moved the map, when I was moving the map around, I was actually moving the token. I don't like 3D mode. I really just don't. I don't do it.
Talking to 3D mode. 3D mode isn't like you.
Rudy's going to come up here because he likes Leia too. And he's going to... I'm getting horrible lag.
I think I might have to do some clearing up of the campaign data. It's got too much. Do you know what I mean? Might have to do a surgical transfer to a new campaign. I think this campaign's got too much baggage in it.
Okay, he just hit that with the summer. Or with his breath weapon. That doesn't do damage. No, wait. Let me hang on here. Let me look.
That was close combat bite you did there. So
distraction. She's got. Sassafras shook him, and now Rudy has distracted him. So he needs a distraction.
Okay. Distracted he is.
And then that will be our turn.
Okie dokie. Gets us to Gastus and Aramis and Argenia.
Right, so we will start with. I'm going to start with Aramis. And Aramis is going to rear up and try and bring his hooves down on Ankeg number 5. No, that's Argenia, that's Aramis. Never mind, Aramis. Then Gassus will lean down and swing for an attack. Then we'll ride forwards. And swing down on the other side. No, that's the wrong die. I will do a mounted attack instead. Which is much the same effect.
In fact, it was better.
Yeah.
I do know there are. I have played games of Savage Worlds with people who are very much in the theory that having as many skills as you can at D4 is the best way to go with a character, because 4s explode more often than any other dice.
That's bollocks, but never mind.
Yeah, I don't think so too. But there are people who swear by it, for the record.
They do explode more often.
And I have played with some of them, and trust me, you're usually picking them up, patching them up, healing them up.
Argenia flies over to Leia, and starts like pulling the dress off of her face and draping it back down where it's supposed to be, and so on, as an assist to Leia's recovery, which doesn't actually help a great deal because Argenia didn't get the success, so Argenia just gets a bit tangled up in Leia's clothes.
It's fine. I'm not going to worry about the cat, because I'm just assuming you chase it away or anything like that. So, what was your planned route for today?
Well, the planned route for today was, unless anybody objected to my planned route, was to how far riding today?
24 miles.
So 24 miles would be to there.
Okay.
And this is why I don't like it out here. You wouldn't have them in the city. I mean, we get Otyuks occasionally. Very, very occasionally they come out of the sewers. But things like that, we don't get them in the city.
What are they called? Oh, with a U. Okay.
On our travels, have we done an overnight rest since the combat, or?
No. That was your day. That was basically halfway through the day. Halfway through the day, you got attacked by the thingies. Now, in the evening, you set up camp.
I've been very quiet since then. A little sheepish.
However, you've had 4 more hours of travelling, so you can restore up to 20 power points. More if you've obviously got rapid recharge, but obviously you can't go above your starting numbers.
Is riding without the riding skill restful? Not that I want to do in the other characters, but
riding without the riding skill means but strictly speaking, you don't need the riding skill to be able to ride a horse. It's just in stressful and combat. In combat, you're in trouble, basically.
So I saw.
Yes. Okay. You spent the evening setting up camp. You've got everything just nice. You've got the camp laid out and everything else. Can I have? And I don't think it matters, but I'm going to say it anyway. Sound-based notice checks, please.
Actually, it kind of does matter to me if I can't use my smell.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I thought I'd mention it.
So mine's actually a 5. I realised after I clicked it.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's why I thought I'd better make it. Actually, your smell probably... I will allow you to keep your 7. Because you would be able to smell this.
That's kind.
Gastus is leaning over the cooking fire, humming to himself.
Okay. So everyone else can hear distant thunder. Leia, you also hear distant thunder.
Cool. Do you smell petrichor?
But you don't smell petrichor. What you smell is sweating herd animals.
Oh. That's much less pleasant.
As the stampede of aurochs comes straight towards you.
Stampede!
There's 10 of them, so this could get interesting. So, okay, this will be fun. Yeah, I'm just going to do it I'm going to do it as a quick encounter because it's basically a herd of aurochs stampede you. Yeah, I rolled a joker on the random encounter today. Isn't that fun? Did you get 2 in one day? Oh, you lucky, lucky people. So, quick encounter. It's obviously going to be a damaging quick encounter. Which is a case of basically it's I think it's a case of you've got to get raises, haven't you, to get out scot-free.
Yeah, for a quick encounter.
Well, the idea is because I don't really want to sit there and have actually work out 10 of them stampeding over you, so I figured a quick encounter was a much better way to do a large herd just galloping through the camp, because that way you could come out scot-free or you could get flattened.
Yeah. I take it I'm at a penalty as I didn't notice them coming until the shout.
I think that's probably a fair assumption. Those encounter, you take a wound. Yeah, you take a wound or default wounds and a critical failure. So basically, obviously, quick encounter. But strictly speaking, a stampede is evasion checks to get out of the way. But I think it's more dramatic here. Is they are coming straight through the camp. What do each of you do? In the very short amount of time you have to prepare to protect yourselves from being trampled to death. Aki, we'll start with you. Basically, come up with an explanation and roll your skill. If you don't get a raise, you're taking damage, a wound. If you don't get a raise, you'll suffer fatigue, which takes 24 hours to go away. If you fail, you'll take a wound. If you critically fail, you'll take default wounds.
How big is an auroch?
Big bull.
Aurochs are size 3. They weigh just under a ton.
Really big cow.
I thought I covered that with big bull.
Yeah.
There you go. It's an auroch. There's a whole herd coming towards you. So what's your plan, sir? You're basically, each of you is going to have 2 aurochs basically attempt to squash you. So if you want to put it bigotry. So what's your plan, Aki? You state your intent and pick a skill.
I'm going to use my survival skills to dodge aurochs. Yeah.
well, to understand, how to basically, go for it.
I'm only tiny as well.
That doesn't matter in a quick encounter. Go for it. You succeed. You didn't get a raise, though. Do you want to spend a penny? Okay, having got the raise, you're absolutely fine. And that brings us to Gastus.
I think I'm going to... Well, Gastus is going to kind of accept this is going to go poorly for him because we're camped, which means our horses are probably tethered to something. And animal handling is dealt with persuasion, so I'm going to go and try and keep the horses calm enough that they can not get trampled by the Aurochs.
Go for it. I'll just give you a -1 because you're...
Oh,
well,
crap.
the horses are going to be okay.
I was... 2 wounds, Gastus. Basically, you protect the horses. Unfortunately, you are severely trampled.
Yeah, the horses bolt and run over the top of you. They're fine. They're totally fine.
Well, Aramis does it, but the other horses will probably rear up and club me.
Yeah. Obviously, Argenia, Ruti, and Majenko don't have to worry. They can fly out. They can fly out the way. Cease actually and Vendra do actually have to roll. Thinking about it, Gastus did free the horses, so the horses will just gallop with them, and you can catch them. You'll just have to spend some of the night getting the horses back. You know what I mean? They'll just get out of the way. So we'll come back to Cease at the end. But Leia, you're up next.
Can I nominate him for a Benny for saving the horses over himself?
I think so.
Thanks. And I would like to bamf my way out of trouble.
Okie dokie.
It's a free action.
And you just spend power. You just spend extra power points.
No. Because it's a quick encounter. It is skill based, so you'll need to have a skill rather than bamf your way out. You need to justify what skill you're using to bamf. So there must be something you're doing to decide where to bamf to. Is what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
I'll use stealth then to choose a good bamf point.
Yeah, I think that sounds good to me. Go for it.
There's a phrase you don't think you're ever going to use.
Yeah.
You have bamfed wisely.
And at the end, I mean, obviously you'll probably get them back, but you spent 7 power points bamfing around.
I must have looked quite crazy. A bit like, what's that X-Men?
Nightwing, Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. That's it, Nightcrawler. Nightwing's Robin in it. That's grown up Robin, Dick Grayson, yeah. Sassafras, you're next.
Okay, I haven't defined the trapping on this power yet, and I'm not sure this will work. Can I cast deflection on myself to kind of create this green energy shield that just kind of like parts the way?
That's just a straightforward spell casting. It'll cost you 2d6 power points because you have to cast it multiple times, as it were.
I have deflection.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. It's just a spell casting roll. That's fine. Okay.
No, I'm gonna Benny that.
That's okay. I mean, that's a successful casting. It's just you will be fatigued at the end of it. That's all.
Okay, good enough. So I've got deflection on me.
Okay. Well, it's a quick encounter. So by the end of the encounter, as it stands at the moment, you'll have spent 7 power points, and you come out with a point of fatigue. Are you okay with that?
You said 2d6. I need to roll that, right?
Oh, I rolled it for you. I'm nice like that.
Okay, that's fine.
If you by all means roll yourself, but if you want.
No,
but,
that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. 7 is good.
Okay, Thaddeus, you're up, sir. Because the idea I'm thinking is it's a huge herd rather than just an encounter, so it's it's ongoing and it takes a bit of time. What are you doing, Thaddeus? Obviously you're spellcasting. Are you bamfing?
So is that a race? Is it? Yes.
It's the race, yeah. Are you bamfing?
No, I'm just going to fly. I'm going to get Doris to give us a lift, and I'm going to grab Thingy's hand, and we're going to float up into the air on the broomstick.
Okay. Okay, and 10 power points, I'm afraid, at the end of the encounter. So that just brings us back to Cease.
Yeah, spell them up. Then I'm going to bolt the herd with cantrips until I'm trying to change their path.
Indeed.
Caesar's just going to dodge out of the way using his athletics. He's going to
Go for it. Go for it.
With Fusser.
I think Cece's fine.
Dancing on their heads, going, yeah,
You should say that. There's some Western arcade game I was playing, and you actually jump onto the backs of the balls and run along them to stop being trampled.
That's what Cease just did.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so at the end of it, it's chaos. Obviously, the camp is in a amount of disarray. You'll spend half the night getting the horses back, and sorting everything out. But before all that, you will find over in one corner a very trampled Gastus.
This is another reason I don't like it out here. Aurochs belong behind fences and chopped up and turned into steak and on a plate.
Again, I just healed him.
Ow! Oh, you could have set the rib first. Ow!
The rib wasn't broken. That was just you whinging. It was actually a twig.
I think I know the difference between my ribs and a twig. Ow.
Okay. You don't. Because they haven't got any broken ribs at all. You're just talking bollocks. You're a very bad patient.
Oh, dear.
I don't know. From gnomes with green hair.
I played a healer in Warhammer that one of my patients told me, "You are the meanest nurse I have ever met in my whole life." It's like, because you're whinging. I didn't bother with anesthetic because he was going to whine either way.
Okay, so with only 4 hours sleep, everyone's feeling a bit grouchy in the morning. Sassafras is still feeling a bit, but Sassafras is still battered and bruised from the night before. I was about to say you still get 4 hours kit, which is 20 power points.
Well, then I'll have me penny back. Thanks very much.
But so with the camp with the camp put back together, the camp put back together and everything sorted, you have a relatively pleasant evening after all of that, and then the next day begins. And obviously, you get to plot your route.
Justus, do you know your hoof prints on the back of your cloak?
No, but you hum it and I'll ignore it. Sorry, can you share that map again? Thank you. I must have closed it by accident. So, we're not on it anymore.
You're there.
We are.
Oh, so we are. We're just very, very small.
Okay.
We can't go over that ridge there.
No, I guess not. I'm gonna put you back to there because I've got the queen of clubs.
There is a queen I'd like to club.
Took me a while to work that one out. I still have to think more than once to remember we've got a king now.
We got our first king stamps at work the other day.
Banknotes are coming out this month, aren't they?
Yeah.
The king banknotes are on the way.
We're now no longer Elizabethans. We're now Carolinans.
Okay. So I'm just... it's daytime again.
Nighttime. Daytime.
You beat me to it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Maps. Will that work? Quick map. Yes, it will. All I have to do is do that, and I can just put the party back where they need to be. There we go. Isn't that marvellous? Okay. There you go. Back on the map. Oops, let's put you more central, shall we? Here we are. You're travelling through...
Anybody else get a feeling we're walking in circles?
Possibly.
We're not walking in circles, but that bush does look very, very familiar.
Oh no, it's all different.
No,
I was
you're
mistaken.
disorientated. It's actually a completely different map. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Last time you were walking that way, this time you're walking that way. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're on about. I don't know.
I think we're now heading deep into the Skoanqua territory.
Can I have...
At least there won't be Aurochs around here.
Can I have some notice checks, please?
Everybody went and got the fancy new dice we got for free.
I'd already bought them, I think. Oh, no, I hadn't bought the... I'd only bought the... Oh, actually, I hadn't bought any of the new ones.
Busy trying to get Rudy to settle down.
I bought them all except for the blood dice.
Or sit on her shoulder rather than try to,
What's that, Aramis? Yeah. Aramis's ears are pricked up.
Okay. Okay. Basically, the hairs are obviously, I don't know if anyone's got danger sense, but the hairs on the back of your neck would be tingling if you had danger sense, but it doesn't matter if you don't. However, it takes unless you're Aki, who's obviously got the raise. Everyone else none of you are surprised, fortunately, but everyone looks around. Everyone looks around because you know something's up. You hear something, but it's only Aki who thinks to look up first. And then when you notice Aki's looking up, you all look up and you see coming in multiple directions to get towards you large serpentine bodies with leathery wings.
Lovely.
Why does it have to be wyverns?
This fight might end, but this might be a cliffhanger fight, I think. Depends how it goes. Okay. You know the drill. If you've got pennies and you want to spend them, you know the drill. If you've got pennies and you want to use them, use them. Otherwise, I'll start the round.
Why am I always at the bottom? That's better. I got a joker.
So did Aki. We all get bennies. Twice.
Right.
2 bennies, yeah.
3. In fact, actually, you get bennies 3 times because Tank Girl says better bring on the bennies, let them throw, and Vorka sends his love.
Yay!
Vorka sends more love, so that's another set of bennies. So there we go. Okay. That means Aki's first. And goes on hold because he's got the Joker and can interrupt. Layers up. Who also can go on hold with a Joker bonus if they want to.
I'm just working out what I can summon with a Shadow Servitor.
Shadows.
Yes.
Should be in the spell.
I'm reading it. But I can't make anything that flies, which I was kind of hoping. Ooh, what about that? Ah, that might work. Smothering Shadows. A ball of shadows stuff to envelop and smother the caster's foes. Medium blast template. I'll try that. And because they're big, I will upgrade it to heavy weapon +2 armor piercing +3. Probably need the range as well. What's the closest one?
Cloud Clover. I hate to say because I'm thinking about this. The Cloud Clover is usually clear. Okay, and let's be fair here. Let's do another percentile roll because you need some shadows, is what I'm thinking, don't you, for your magic to work? Obviously, you could the shadow of the hedge. I'll let you in with, but I'm just finding some found. Oh, it's cloudy. You're in luck.
Handy.
I just found the.
That's very handy.
I'm going to turn that. I'm going to turn this into a table.
What about range? What have I got to deal with there? How far away are they? Because I'm going to account for height and stuff.
Basically, it should be as it calculated it there. Actually, it's not. Was it not calculated? Yeah. Hang on. It's diagonal. I need to set it to 1.5, don't I, or something, for the diagonals to work. Where is it? Yeah, it is. My diagonal distance 1.5. So yeah, there you go. 13 inches. That's obviously. What's the distance? So the distance. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's going like. Well, I suppose that distance.
Right, well, I need to triple the. I need to triple the range then because they're just outside double.
Or you could move.
That's a good point. I will move to there.
I like that.
And then double the range instead of tripling it.
So they're 8 inches up, but the distance is still. So yeah, because of the triangles, yeah, they're 11 inches away, even though they're flying 8 inches above the ground, which is 16 yards above the ground, which is 48 feet above the ground.
I'll put armor piercing 3 on, so that's sorry, that's AP 6 for 3 extra power points. Heavy weapon for an extra 2 power points. So that's an extra 5 power points on the 3. 8 power points in total to cast that.
And it just works.
And it just works. Takes up pretty much all the power points I've got right now, but hey, let's go for it.
Roll the damage.
Do I need to change the damage for it being a heavy weapon or anything?
No, I'll do all that. I'll do all that after. Don't you worry. I'm going to add on 2 points of damage to basically replicate the AP because they've got armor of 2.
I think I might have to bunny that damage.
You can do so if you so wish. Hello, Mr. Rowe. How are you, sir?
I was hoping heavy weapon was going to make that a bit more oomphy.
That only makes a difference if they've got heavy armor.
I see.
You should have gone for the extra 4 power points for the raise for the extra d6 damage.
Oh, at least one of them's gonna get something then. I can cope with that.
So one of them gets caught in a ball of shadows.
You've been working hard, have you, Mr. Rose? Okay. Okay, so yeah, you take one of them out in the ball of shadow. What's Majenko up to?
Majenko.
Just noticed because I rotated the map, all the line of sight didn't rotate when I rotated the map. So there we go.
Majenko is going to try and distract Wyvern 4 by flying in its path like an annoying mosquito. I don't know what kind of test you'd like him to make for that.
Athletics, probably.
It would be athletics. What's Majenko's pace?
8. Flying.
Okay. Yeah. So the point is, you can fly up the full 8 while you're flying the 6. Is what I'm saying. So yeah, athletics. Just do an opposed athletics. I think would be the way to do that.
Doesn't even notice that Majenko's there. Clearly.
Well, might eat him.
That he'd have to roll for.
Exactly. That gets us to Gastus.
Gastus is going. Gastus is going on hold and is saying, "Easy, Aramis, easy."
Oh, yeah, I didn't get. Yeah, I heard the Saturday was horrible there at the Games Expo. I couldn't go because my car broke down. I've just realised I'm realising I was really nice there. I should have made sure that you all had your horses you all had riding checks for your horses being spooked. I forgot, so I'm going to let you off this time.
Actually, not on my horse. I was just walking it along.
Maybe the horses hadn't noticed yet last round.
Quite possibly. Oh dear. Oh dear. Majenko is in trouble. Yes.
Let's play an adventure card then. I shall play an adventure card after that attack.
Oh, thank you.
Majenko is still in the wyvern's throat, but the wyvern is now choking to death.
Well, no, it changes it from a. No, I'm actually going to change it. It changes it from a success to critical failure. So Majenko isn't in the wyvern's throat. What actually happens is Majenko dives out of the way, and the wyvern crashes into that rocky outcrop.
Cool.
Excellent.
Leaving it a bit stunned and vulnerable, and sort of landed. The reason it's vulnerable, it's sort of lying there a bit, is lying there dazed on top of the outcrop with a nice use of cardage there. That gets us to Sassafras Teaberry. Do not forget that certain people are on hold.
I've got flesh wound, by the way. So if anyone wants that card, if all our extras die, we can just bring them back with one button. Boom.
Yeah, apparently the UK Games Expo was 25% higher than it was pre-COVID on Saturday. Attendance. That was stupid. Because he's under his horse.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I
need to target him. Okay, got him.
Well, I can't interrupt your interruption. So I'll go after your turn.
Protection. Green dragonfly. I love it. Little green dragonflies are flying around you. Oh, I love it.
Like a cloud of green dragonflies.
Love it.
And Rudy's going to dive under the nearest tree because he don't like the looks of these things.
Okie dokie.
So he's hiding.
Justus, you're up, sir.
So I'm going to come off hold, and well, I'm riding on Aramis. So Gastus and Aramis are going to gallop up that outcrop towards the fallen wyvern.
Okay, what I'm going to do is a bit of clever jiggery pokery. Because that puts you in the right place on... No, it puts you in the wrong place on the combat tracker. I should have done... I'll just put you on the Queen of Dime. It doesn't matter. I can cheat. I will put the wyvern on the 10. There we go. This is me just... And that still doesn't work because Thaddeus is next. I can't win this one.
No.
Oh, well, go on then. I'll just have to... I was just trying to be clever, but I can't. The cards won't let me do what I need to do. If you look at that, that's probably the way up there. But yes, I'd say it's low enough that you can hit it. I'm going to be nice because you don't really want to take your horse across that. I think you can ride up along the bottom of it and attack it from below. So I'll move it down to +1. Like you know, what I mean, it doesn't matter about the range.
Yeah. So Aramis is not going to attack, but Gastus is, and Gastus is going to try and put this down with extreme prejudice.
Okay.
Okay, I must not have targeted Gastus right. He should have had that protection on him too. I deducted the power points for him.
Okie dokie.
We can't be having that. Another hit. That's what we want. So I'll ride past and slash my blades through both of its wings, so it's grounded, and then run through one ear and out the other side.
There we go. With some clever fiddling of cards there, I managed to get it. Okay. Yeah, you kill it. I was so busy focused on trying to work out how to get the initiative working there. Question: does Aramis get protection from bow fire? Fair enough.
Oh, I just targeted the peoples and I'm checking to make sure I got everybody, but I'm not seeing it because I'm not seeing
You didn't get me either.
Yeah, and I spent the power points for the entire party, but targeting sucks. So Aki should have it as well.
Now, since Argenia looks up to Majenko and has just seen Majenko do that fantastic and obviously intentional maneuver to get the wyvern to crash into the ground, Argenia goes up to this wyvern and attempts to get it distracted as well, and does about as well as Argenia did.
Okay.
Rudy doesn't think his delicate butterfly wings are going to work against these things, so he's hiding.
Wyvern number 5 is going to fly straight towards Leia, diving as it comes. I've just noticed they are meant to do frenzied attacks.
Oh dear.
Leia is shaken and gets to make a vigor check at -2.
Lucky me.
Unless, of course, you spend a penny to not be shaken.
Indeed.
Yeah, may as well. I've got plenty.
Okay, in that case...
we have. Time we're nearly out of.
Exactly. So you don't have to worry about the fact that as the stinger slashes at you, it pumps venom into your body. Take care. See you later.
Obviously, it hit one of my gold bangles.
Obviously, that brings us to Thaddeus Wormstall.
I like the Benny's flow. Aye, take it easy.
Oh yeah, done well.
Well,
if you're covered in bangles,
a
that
pretty
means
rough weekend that does.
Walk like an Assyrian.
Okay, so they're actually in the right place. It's just the symbols are in the wrong place. Okay.
Rightio.
Probably more likely Egypt. Her kind were sacred in Egypt.
Wow.
I don't believe that. I'm in denial.
The country of Assyrian is the Egyptian analog in the Pathfinder world.
Thaddeus casts telekinesis.
So who is so let's see. Trouble is they're
Please let the trapping for your telekinesis be an ethereal duck goes and picks things up for you.
Well, I haven't declared it, so it probably is. So who is they're all flying at me.
They are.
Apart from the dead ones, yeah.
Apart from the dead ones, we can't drop them. Where's the trying to think now. They're going to go first, aren't they? Vorka's not there, is he?
No.
Right, because ideal case we put them in melee range, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Vorka's asleep in somebody's saddlebags.
Aye.
Vorka, every time that an attack happens, Vorka just happens to go, I'm just going to go check something out over here. I just noticed it. And then right back going, what the heck happened here?
So
guys, you killed things without me.
So let's see. So telekinesis, you can bash for D10, D6 damage, can't you?
Yep.
You can.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I've just added 2 new skills to a character sheet.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Right, we'll talk about that later.
Because you sometimes need them for things, for opposing tests.
Telekinetic strengths of different amounts.
Yes, that's what I've created.
And then you'll need 2 attacks of telekinetic bash for a success and a raise as
Well,
well.
you only need 1, don't you, with a sub-attack for the raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll have what's wrong with my bash? So it's going to be D10.
Yep. Sorry, I was trying to be helpful there. There you go.
D6.
No, just D10 damage.
What's that?
No, the bash damage is strength plus D6.
I apologise. Shutting up.
And you get telekinesis strength D10 for 5 turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that spell description is bollocks. I really do. I think they need to change it. They did. Now that's the updated version of it, but I think the updated version's actually worse. You know what I mean? Right. Okay. So it's just damage. So what we'll do is we will. This one here will take a sudden nosedive into the ground.
Well, first you have to tell me which one you're targeting. Then it gets a spirit tech to resist it. Then if you're just smacking it, you're just smacking it. Oh yeah, you're smacking into the wall or ground or ceiling. Yeah.
So 5. So 5. So there we go.
It does not resist your telekinetic effects. So you bash it for 15 points of damage. So you bounce it off the ground, leaving it shaken.
Righty-ho.
And don't forget, before you move on the turn, don't forget to put the telekinetic strength D10 effect on yourself, so you know when it runs out. But there you are. I'll do it for you.
There you go. I'll learn to use this eventually. You know, it's only been 10 years. I have to give or take the odd 5.
Mac D says, let those bennies flow, so I will. Just in time for the game to end. Okay, what's Vendor up to?
We don't reset next week.
That's very true. I had forgotten that. Yes, we are mid-fight, so bennies and cards do not reset till after the fight. What's Vendor up to, or shall I move on so I get to attack you with 3 more wyverns and end the day?
Oh, right, okay.
You get 6 seconds in real life, you know. I might start enforcing that at this rate. I'm only joking.
Well, I don't. Well, let's do it for because this is kind of like that vendor. That's been 5, so let's go and Lear. Yes, we'll go. She'll make a persuasion roll against Lear. Getting a success, right? So it's a support roll that when Thaddeus bashes number 5, Leah gets the heads up. She's supposed to bonk it the first next go. So
okay,
+1.
Well, Aki could still come off hold at any point.
That's very true.
I tell aye, plus 1 to Aki if he's coming off hold.
Yeah, that's true. Aki can come off hold at any time.
That's true. Plus 1. Because anyway, he'll be at +3.
I think it might be time to eat an NPC.
Feeling a bit peckish, are you?
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt that wyvern.
Well then.
Has it come down to attack, has it?
I was just checking. I don't think they've got a reach of 1. So yeah, it has to come down to... It literally has to come down to, yeah, pretty much ground level to attack. So it swoops in and basically stabs Vendra and Sassafras. Sassafras, if Sassafras is odd, Vendra is even. So the first... yeah, okay. So both of you are missed. No, I know the second attack shows you a hit on you, Sassafras, but it should have actually been on that attack should have been on Vendra, so you're okay.
You move it to my go, so I don't end up messing something up.
I'm on tenterhooks now.
Are you? Why?
I'm waiting to see what you're going to do that requires the combat tracker to be on you.
Stuff and things.
Well, go on then.
Do that.
Smite with a raise. Very nice. Oh, Noginians and Rooty's claws and teeth have suddenly got sharper.
And layers.
And layers.
What happened to my claws and teeth?
They just got sharper.
So got a smite and
Bing.
I've now got little thorns on them. Then Cease is going to pounce on that thing.
Okay. Go for it. 16 feet long, weighing nearly 2,000 pounds. It could be a bad idea to pounce on it, but anyway.
Hey, as long as C shreds the wings.
Yeah, I agree.
In the last campaign, that was my favourite weapon. Was it Snookums? Kept casting them thing on Snookums.
Mm.
Those are terrible. They're just weak.
Especially
Okay.
10 points of that came from flat bonuses.
I don't get to reset my bending either, so I'll just have that die.
Easy. Okay, good. So my multi-attack doesn't need to be used.
Oh, if Cease's got any move left, you can go for the other one that's on the ground.
Back to, who is it back to now? Wyvern 7 to Wyvern 2. Yeah.
And that is where we shall leave it then. With wyverns flying all around the place. Well, interesting. Cinderlands seem to be blimmin' dangerous so far.
I told you I hated this place.
But we shall leave it there. As in a fortnight, next week we shall return to the Cinderlands, where hopefully you'll make it to Carrow's Mound, and I will probably be a little less nasty on rolling for random encounters once you get there. We'll
look at Gastinius and snort and go, yes, we were ever so much safer in Korvosa with the plague and the evil sorceress queen. You know, I don't blame you for missing that.
Well,
at least you could get a decent drink and have a roof over your head.
I tell you what, though, at the end of this fight, you're going to reset cards, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do next week is, I'm going to play an adventure card and I'm going to cast Plane Shift, and I'm going to teleport everybody to the destination.
You just, I suppose it has to be one you don't have, doesn't it?
Well, I'm just saying, no, but I'm just saying it's an excuse. It's a blatant excuse that you can play Arcane Spike and then you could skip all the random encounters and just appear where we need to go. Use it or lose it, can't it? It's just an idea. Just that the card's going to go anyway.
What other plane of existence are you planning to travel to? Because your destination is on the prime material plane. Plane shift transports you to a different plane, not the same plane you're on.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You mean Dimension Door?
Or Dimension Door or something like that. Aye.
Oh, sorry. You mean teleport, but with the ability to do long distance teleport? Is that what you really mean?
Aye, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
I saved the GM a lot of hassle.
Oh no! I'm just basically I spent all that time keying in the encounter table back when I made the module. I wanted to try it out.
That's true. We've got to test it for the people coming after us, haven't we?
Yeah, we're play testing. We're play testing.
Indeed. Although I did see someone. Did you see there was a question came up a couple of weeks back in the Pathfinder thing is. Basically, have Pinnacle done any more adventure paths because he's already run both of them? It's like bloody hell. But anyway,
yeah. For greater teleport though, you have to go up to 100 miles, which is what we need. You're going to have to concentrate for one round, being vulnerable while you do it, and then you can open a gate for us to all go through.
Yes, but he doesn't have to do it in combat. He can do it after the combat. Is what he's saying.
You can do it after the combat, yeah.
He'll play the arcane spike. He can play the arcane spike if you want to be within the sort of the logic of the cheaty rules I do about stopping mid-fight. He plays it before we officially end the combat, so then he can cast it. And when you arrive, I'll reset Benny's and cards. Is the way we'll do it. Okay, well we shall leave it there. I'll see you all next time. Next week, in fact, we'll get you to the Cinderlands, the Carrow Mounds, and then you'll have to convince the Shoanti tribe that when you get there not to murder you where you stand. For being
especially easy when you've got a human of Trilaxian descent with you.
Exactly, but we shall leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. It was quite scary how nasty the Cinderlands have been so far. I mean, not to you guys other than the Stampede, but it was nice to actually pull you for a change, even though obviously I don't want to kill any of you. So congratulations and see you all next time.